All right, what is up, everyone? My name's St. Crane with Brandman Brandon down there, Brian the Grizzly. We are the Spoiler Kings. So, did you guys see any good movies this weekend?
Only like 7.
Yeah, only like 5.
You know, there was
Um,
there was this like insignificant monumental event called Barbenheimer, which was kind of cool. You know?
yeah, it was just the 4th biggest box office in all of U.S. history. So,
oh, it's funny because I enjoyed those 2 movies, and I enjoyed They Clone Tyrone. I enjoyed a lot of stuff this weekend. It was just a lot of fun. This was a very entertaining, full of entertainment type of weekend. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. So the only one I didn't get to see was the scary one. Was it?
Talk to me because it wasn't around for us. So it was only open in certain theaters this weekend.
Okay.
So a lot of theaters open on the 28th, which is the same time as Haunted Mansion. So it's gonna be another weekend we gotta watch movies and all that stuff. So it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be going. Yeah, this weekend was crazy. I think I did the math. I put it in the comments. This weekend brought in $536 million between 2 movies. So that is crazy. That is multiple movies. That is multiple DC movies.
That's all DC movies for the entire year.
For the year. Yeah. So
what we're gonna give a Blue Beetle times infinity.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, so just a quick rundown of how the night's gonna go. We're gonna save the Barbenheimer towards the end. We're gonna do probably Barbie first and then Oppenheimer, and then talk about which one we like better. And then before we do that, we'll get into kind of the significance we already kind of started talking about of like this weekend and how big it was. But before we do that, we'll do the trailers. Usually we save the trailers to the end, but I figure we'll knock out the trailers first. Get those out.
Epic. We have some epic trailers, things that we've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah. So I did find one trailer that came out was it 4 days ago? If you guys want to watch that, so right now we have Spider-Man 2 for a video game trailer, right? Which I've seen once already, which is pretty good. Or the Harley Quinn Season 4 trailer. They came out 4 days. Which out of those 2? Yeah, I did too. I didn't have seen that one. Spider-Man or Harley Quinn? Which one?
Whatever you guys decide. It doesn't matter.
I kind of want to say Harley Quinn since I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, kind of me too.
You guys are so weird. Spider-Man 2, I would rather see that, but it doesn't matter. I'll watch Harley Quinn Season 4.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, Spider-Man it's a video game. Yeah, we usually don't talk a lot video games on here.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, also that's all freaking Harley Quinn comes out July 27th. Like 3 days. I'm like, holy crap, you guys are waiting to the last second.
While we're at it, I just want to tell everyone thank you for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. You guys were awesome. This is just so wonderful. Like, it's beyond anything we've ever thought was going to happen. And now we got to do this giveaway. I cannot wait to do the giveaway video. We got so much stuff to do. We got to figure this out. So let's get this going so we get this video out to everybody else. And then I think we want to do it in a week or 2. Do the whole video, do the giveaway. I figure it would be like a whole day. We'll hang out with some of the chat. Try to get some of the people that usually come and hang out with us on. Let's kind of do a big thing. Do a giveaway and just hang out for however long, a couple hours. But probably next Thursday or something like that. Just gotta remember that I'm going to be in Florida.
You're going to be gone, so I don't know if you want to wait until after that. We could do it, or
I don't know. I think. However we're going to do the giveaway, at least to have the video so we get started so everyone knows it's coming and then get on there. And also I want to throw a happy birthday out there to Alfredo. Alfredo is one of the originators. Without Alfredo, no one will be on here doing this stuff. none of us. Like he really is the glue guy who keeps everyone together, and he brought everyone in. So I just want to say happy birthday.
He really did.
he really, yeah. So that was my biggest thing. I want to make sure we got that out there because without him, it wouldn't be us. So appreciate it.
Yep. When the first guys, me and him in my basement. That's how
I was
it all
going to bring
started.
a clip of it, guys. It was bad.
It's bad. I got a reminder on my Facebook feed. They're like, "Oh, hey, this happened 5 years ago." I was like, "Damn,
wow,
5 years ago." You know, getting it going and working on it and turning it into what it is kind of today. You know, so
you're really talking way too much more than it really was. No, so 5 years ago, you got to start it, and then he took a 6-month hiatus.
Oh yeah, that too. That was the first part of the schedule, and then everything else. But yeah, Jorge, congrats on 1K. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I know you're always in chat, so we appreciate you. Brand Davis, yo, what's up? Always in chat too. The viewer Drew, always in chat.
How's it going, Drew? Yeah,
so, appreciate you guys. That's right. The new One Piece also came out.
I was looking at that too.
Shit, we should probably watch that. I didn't watch it yet.
All right, so let's do the One Piece trailer first. Let's do that first right now.
All right, let me look it up. Yeah, I say we'll do One Piece, Invincible, and Gen V.
All right, so and then we get to our talk.
3 days ago. All right. Yeah, 3 trailers should be good. I pulled up the Red Band Gen V trailer too. So
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh man. I just heard that's like nasty. People were like, that's a nasty trailer. I'm like, well, it is The Boys, so
I'm excited. I want it. Come on, so let's go.
All right, we'll do this one first. We'll do One Piece first and then bring that one down. And then your Barbie one, I didn't click it. I'm gonna save that for when we talk about Barbie. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into it. No hour chit chat today because Barbenheimer is gonna take a lot of time. I feel like So let's knock this out. All right, let's get this one going. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Curry with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to check out the new One Piece official trailer. We got the teaser before, but now we got a full 3-minute long trailer. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you guys seen it or not.
I haven't seen the full trailer, so no, I can't wait to see it now.
Okay. I know Jorge said it was trending the other day. You know, it was trending. It was #1 trending. So yeah, so let's check it out, and then we'll talk about it, see what we think about it. Bring it up.
Let's go, Netflix.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even know if you guys can hear it.
Good.
I can hear it.
Well, then, power. I found everything this world has to offer. Free yourselves. Take to the seas. My treasure is yours to find.
So what do you say? Are you with me? Mutiny. Why would anyone want to be a pirate? This is the best thing there is. Wind in your back. Salty sea air. Loyal crew by your side. It's ready!
What is it?
For Jolly Roger. We are the Straw Hat Crew. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands, bigger pirates.
And that's where we're gonna find the One Piece.
You've been making enemies everywhere we go.
Chop, chop! Cannon!
Luffy, they are hunting you.
Guys, I saved your ass. Well, I saved your ass.
You'll have to excuse them. They're idiots.
This crew, our crew, can handle anything.
I'll do you the kindness of killing you all together. You're my captain from now until the end. I'm gonna kick your ass because no one messes with my friends.
That's why I wouldn't. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't.
Special about you.
I'm Monkey D. Luffy. And I'm gonna be king of the pirates. I didn't know there were so many pirates. It's terrible. I know, right? Where's my face?
All right.
I like it.
All right. What you guys think?
All right. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's,
yeah,
it's
I'm
a
gonna watch that.
bit. Yeah, it's an improvement from the teaser. I think.
Oh, much better. I mean, the teaser, I didn't know where we were going with it, and that makes sense. The story looks good. I mean, the characters are doing the right things. I mean, that looks like they're going to do it okay. Yeah. When you hear Netflix and you hear One Piece, it's like, okay, you know, this is one of the biggest anime you're going to ever have, and you're going to not, you know, you can do it on Netflix. This is what you're going to try to get it done, and it looks good. So I'm liking it, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that. Like the tone of it.
Yeah. Is it too anime-ish? You know what I mean? Like, or is it just enough? Or is it more? Do we need more? You know, like.
I don't know how much more you could actually have and expect real people to watch it. That's just the question.
I think it's a lot. It seems like a lot of anime, like vibes, you know, especially with the fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that was pretty much the only way. If you're gonna do a live action adaptation of anime, you really have to go all in terms of the tone and make it really. I think they really captured that kind of like whimsical, just kind of really kind of a quirky vibe that One Piece already had anyway.
Yeah.
So
the way they did the characters too. Also, I mean, the way they, you know, who they chose to be the actors for these characters. I'm happy that it wasn't whitewashed or anything like that. At least, you know. So yeah, I think it looks good. It looks fun. And it looks like an adventure thing that you're going to want to watch. So if maybe you pull not just anime fans, but adventure people in too. So I hope this does well. And you know, it's funny because the people that are hardcore anime, they're like, it's not enough anime. And then people that are like, just want to watch Netflix, they're like, what the hell is this? Hopefully, instead of alienating both, you actually pull both. That would be cool.
Yeah. I think so. So, like Horror Geek here said, as a One Piece fan, I'm very happy with this. Was that Thos Arlong, the fish guy, is going to take some time getting used to, to get used to. Arlong was always going to look weird live action. Yeah, I mean, when you do certain things, even like Buggy the Clown, power is terrifying as I thought it would be in live action. Love it. it could be a little too much, but I think it's fun, especially like if you set everything up that everything's like over the top, silly. Right from the jump, which I think it looks like they might, and then you're just like, oh yeah, you know, and then you kind of pull in like maybe normies into more of the anime kind of vibe to it. So I hope it does as well. You know, it looks good. I mean, if it's anything like the anime, it can go on for like
ever,
forever.
We're gonna have 10,000 episodes.
Yeah. And then I had asked my sister, you know, about the teaser because I know her and her boyfriend are like big One Piece fans. And I'm like, what do you think about it? You know, it's like, you know, you're like a fan, and she said her and her boyfriend are like super excited about it. They're like, it looks good, it looks fun. So yeah. So, and I've been hearing a lot of fans are like pretty hyped about it, you know, like Horror Geek is. So yeah. And then Travis said, you know, everyone working on the show must have put in the effort, because if they didn't, they would know how many headlines we'll read. One piece of shit that would have stayed in the movie. Yeah. This is something you really gotta.
That works on so many different levels, Travis.
Right.
I think that was the point. It's like, and then Horgy said, I wanted to see more of the Usopp. The black guy barely had a line, even though one arc here will have a big focus on him. That's good. You know, I don't say you don't want to spoil too much in the trailer, but obviously I think a lot of people who are going to watch this already know what's going on, and then they're probably so far down the road of like they already know like 15 different arcs from the start. So, but I'm excited, man. Like now, me and my girlfriend are like, do we start watching One Piece and like slowly catching up with it? You know, the actual anime, because that's also on Netflix.
Do you do that, or does that ruin it? Because you don't know where they're going to start the arc, the story arc. You don't know which one they're going to really use.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah. Or don't compare it. Do it, but do it separately. Don't compare it to what we're going to get here.
Yeah, because I think live action always should take liberties and do some of its own things, but still respect the original, you know, where it comes from. But I get, you know, you have to do certain things that might be weird in live action, but here it looks like they're definitely going with it. Like, oh, here's a dude with a saw, you know, nose,
yeah.
Like here's an evil clown. Here's this. So
I was like, wait, you see what a stretch? Let's see how it looks.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I reacted way better to this straight over the teaser. Yeah, the teaser
looked like terrible. I thought it was almost disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't know. When he stretched his arm.
Yeah, I thought the teaser was fine. But yeah, this really, really sold me.
Yeah. I thought same. I thought the teaser was okay. You know, I was hoping like maybe it looks better once it's like more in context of the episode. You know, especially like when he did the arm thing and the big stretch, I was like, that doesn't.
It looks terrible. That's what I don't know.
Yeah, here it looks a little bit better, especially. But if you put something crazy with other stuff that's crazy, and then you get used to everything just being off the wall, over the top craziness, then you're like okay with stuff like that. So, we said One Piece too many. Hollywood Reporter. That's you'll see a lot of that. I'm sure you're gonna see a lot of people talking crap about it anyway. I was saying,
so when the character, when the creator told the people the character's race, he just said Africa for Usopp, a whole continent. He said countries for all the other characters like Brazil for Luffy, but just said Africa. Like it's not 52 different countries.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know. But I'm like that. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we got to see this.
Yeah. When does it come out? Did it say when?
August 31st.
There you go. In about a month. So about 5 weeks. Check that out. Any last thoughts before we finish it?
No, just fun. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Cool. Yeah. You know, I wind up getting a free One Piece pin, you know, like the skull with the hat, with the straw hat and stuff, like the skull and crossbones. So I'm like, okay, you know, got it for free. I'm like, I'll take it. So I might be rocking that.
We're gonna do the review. I'm just gonna wear my straw hat.
There you go. Find a way to do like fake stretchy arms.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did do something like that. That'd be cool. That'd be super fun. All right, but cool. I think that's our kind of review of the new One Piece trailer. Came out a couple of days ago. We're excited. We like it. We'll probably check it out and see what we'll do a review on it when it comes out. So sometime in September, we'll see. But we want to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about it. You like it? You hate it? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? We want to know what everyone thinks about this one because live action anime is a very, very risky.
It's hard to pull off.
It's very hard to pull off, but it could be good, especially with something like One Piece, where at this point there is like almost endless. The actors could retire before they're done telling the story. So
you don't have to worry about the storyline because anything that could happen is happening. So whatever, let's go.
Yeah. Most fans seem pretty happy about the trailer. I that's the general consensus I get to, but let us know. Leave a comment down below. Let us know. Also, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you like any of our videos, please share with your friends, family. Put it on Twitter, Threads, whatever you use now. But thank you guys. Appreciate it. If you're sticking around, watching us live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some other trailers and some other goodies. But we are move on to our next topic. All right. Good call on the One Piece.
Yeah, good job, Horror Geek. We knew that too. I don't know.
I know. Also, it's even better because Sony and Warner Brothers would have copyright claimed those trailers anyway. So
exactly.
Netflix is usually pretty good. So, and now that's shit we got to think about.
Like winning. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll bring it down here. Have you guys seen the Invincible trailer though?
That's one I saved. I actually started watching it 3 times, and it's like, all right, no, I want to watch it with you guys. So I'm super excited. Oh, you terrible!
I can help myself. Uh-oh. We'll wait for a couple minutes for Brandman. So real quick, while we wait for Brandman, we're gonna watch the Invincible trailer next. Did you watch the Adam Eve prequel thingy they did?
Yep.
How'd you like it?
I thought it was informative, but I remember now more about Invincible, like how crazy it really was, and how you could have 1 second be very serious and then the next second be super all over the place. And I'm more ready for season 2 than I was at any point in time. Like I'm so super excited for it.
Yeah, I think this is the best way. It's kind of like it's not too early to release this because this comes out in November. So it's like it's just a little teaser of like, hey, don't forget what the show is. Like maybe you don't want to rewatch the entire first season. So here's something new, that tells a little side story of another important character, but you still get that whole Invincible vibe to it, because especially at the end when they show Mark, and I was like,
how it connects, and like, oh, that's how he was. Wow.
Yeah. So
Omni-Man
it was really, really awesome. I did enjoy it. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it, whatever. I'm like, after like 15 minutes, I was just pulled in right off. Like it was just so well done. We're talking about the Adam Eve long episode, I guess.
Yeah,
it's a special. I think that's what they're calling it, a special, which is like a prequel of that character, or like a backstory of that character from Invincible. It's out. It's not out now. You can stream it now.
Yep.
Just something really cool, I think, from Amazon.
I'm gonna have to watch that one.
It's an hour, I think. About an hour.
It was about an hour. Prime is just doing some good things. I mean, their quality of stuff that they put out is so good.
Yeah.
And they continue to do it. Like it's still stuff just keeps on coming out. I'm like, man, this is a hit. This is a banger. This is another banger. It's another banger. And once a month, there's something that I'm like, wow, Prime is doing it right.
I mean, I guess being one of the biggest companies in the world,
hey,
doesn't hurt.
All it takes is having $100 billion to do whatever the hell you want to do, and you can make great things.
Yeah.
But give me $100 billion, I'll do great things too.
Yeah, just the voices though are just like, how did they get so many famous people? And then they're adding even more for the second season, and I'm like, it's crazy how
many people are interested in it.
Yeah,
because it's one of those things that you probably watch the comic or the books because you're interested in art. You're interested in great stories. And if you are, as you know, because you grabbed every Invincible thing that you can get your hands on, it's great stories, it's great arcs, it's great all that stuff. So yeah,
it really is. I wind up getting a bunch from the library. I wish Chillmonger was on, because I remember I should go leave a comment on him. He was talking about it in one of his last videos, and he's like, "Oh, but then I got to buy all the comic books." I was like, "No." Well, he's in Canada, so I don't know, maybe a little bit different. But like here, especially in Chicago, it's like you can go to the library and order them, and they will literally rent them from another library, bring them to your library, read it, return it, and then like, so that's what I wind up doing, because I'm going to buy like 100 and something, whatever issues, 200 issues, I forgot how many it was. But I would probably want to buy the big compendium thing that they do.
I would. Some reason I'm stupid. I was like, give me the whole book. And I'll just go from there.
So I couldn't. How much I fell in love with Invincible, and I'm like, you know what? I want to read the comics, and I went up like
so fast though. Like you blew it like
super fast. I mean, comics are a pretty easy read. Granted, I'm not the fastest reader, but comics, like,
man, you're doing like Meteor Man. You're touching the book, you already knew what was going on. Like,
I wish. I mean, there was a lot of pages where it was like a full 2-page spread of bad violence. What we got? We got a couple of these other ones here. Said One Piece stretched too thin for variety. I think that might be too meta.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if they would get that, but that is a good one. That means somebody had to watch it. If they get a next season, they have to do a talking reindeer.
Yeah.
No, for One Piece.
Yes, they have to.
Jeez, I'm not that far in One Piece. I saw a few episodes here and there.
Yeah.
So
me too.
It.
Like I kind of casually watched it here and there.
Yeah.
Might go back. Like you said, I might go back and maybe start watching it starting tonight. Maybe after this, I'll just throw it on while I'm in bed or something.
Let it watch you, because there's literally 10,000 episodes, so it's like you can just continue to watch forever.
Yeah, I know that at one point you get to a point where you're done with the English dub, and then you have to go on Crunchyroll and watch the ones that are getting released right now. So, then you get down that rabbit hole. Once you go down that rabbit hole, it's game over, man.
That's how it was for. We'll say bye-bye, guys.
That's how it was for me with Naruto. I got all caught up with the English, and I'm like,
how did you get caught up? Naruto is so much stuff. And then they have the in-between stories, and then they have, oh my.
It was when me and Alfredo were both working at the lighting warehouse, which was 2007? 2006? That was, that's when I was, old. A reindeer who was a doctor? That's hilarious.
All three of us are the same age. Call you old.
I know, right? I'm probably the one in between, ain't I?
Yeah, because Brandon's the oldest.
And then I think you're the youngest, aren't you?
Exactly.
So, starting One Piece is starting The Simpsons from the Tracy Ullman days till now. Yeah. 30-something seasons. You just ignore all the filler left for Naruto and just watch the cans stuff. Yeah, it cuts a lot.
That's exactly what you had to do. But once you pass that, you want to go back and watch some of the filler stuff, and then these side quests and it has nothing to do with the story. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I watched. I think I watched the full episodes all the way through. I'm not watching Boruto though. I was like, I don't.
So I already got 3,000 episodes to catch up on. That's all right.
Yeah. Well, no, it was. I'll tell you about because there's Naruto, then Naruto Shippuden, and then Boruto. So I mainly watched Naruto Shippuden. So when they're teenagers, young adults. Same thing with Dragon Ball. There's Dragon Ball Z, and now Dragon Ball Super. GT don't count. I will argue for that. The creator said it don't count. It don't count.
Guys, let's not get there. Let's not go there. Let's.
Yeah. What do you say? Comics today are much easier to digest. Yeah. Oh yeah, comics from the 90s often saturated with endless speech, dialogues, balloons. They are hard to follow. Yeah. There's some other ones that have a lot of dialogue, but
it's a lot of story and tells you more story. So that's where you get a lot of the movies and understanding where they're going with the characters. So I don't mind 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s are even crazier.
Yeah, yeah. With the drawings are so crude. Speaking of, this is just from the 90s, man. This is just the 90s art drawing. You know, so it's like, you know, to me that's gorgeous. I love that stuff, man. You know, so Weapon
jealous.
1991. Yeah, 91. So yeah. All right.
Next
let's check out
let's go.
Invincible Season 2. This is just another teaser. So it's up. All right, let's do it. All right, what is up? My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon Grizzly, and we're gonna check out Invincible Season 2, the teaser trailer. We finally get a teaser trailer. What did we get last time? Was it? Oh, it was him.
It was just him just talking in the diner.
Yeah, like the announcement of. It was like a rough announcement of when the season would finally come out.
Yeah. So it wasn't an actual clip of anything. It was just like it was kind of cool. It's funny, but also I was like,
look, just give me something now. That's what I need. Come on.
Yeah. So let's check out the teaser and then we'll talk about it. All right.
For some of you, it probably seemed like this day would never come. Maybe you're even wondering if you're ready for this.
It's Carl Winslow.
For what comes next.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
I didn't know who he was.
I don't fight friends because I would win.
Never apologize for saving lives.
There's only one way this kid goes back out there, and that's on a very short leash.
I'm just happy helping people.
You know people try to kill us every single day, right?
I don't care how old he is. He needs to go down now. Maybe if you trained more and complained less, we could get back to saving lives.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
Welcome, son of he who slayed my husband.
You heard Sterling Brown.
I wish he was dead too, but not for your sake.
Kill fast.
Ask questions later.
Peter Cullen? What?
Viltrumite against Viltrumite. That has not happened since the Great Purge.
Of course.
You should have died at birth.
Dang.
Oh
man. I should have wiped you up with a napkin. That's some cold stuff.
Yeah, man. Omni-Man is just cold-blooded, just savage.
Yeah.
Talked about his wife, called her a pet in the first season. I'm still grappling with that. You should have died at birth. Jeez, dude.
Yeah. Omni-Man is, and then J.K. Simmons is, I think, the perfect voice for that because he just has this really where he can go from like being nice, you know, to being like, you should never been born. It was like damn it.
He's so straight laced, and he can just hit you with those things, and it hits you in the heart real quick. It's like wow, man. He can just not even stop blinking. Like he just like, yeah, I wish you never were born. And what's for lunch? It's like,
yeah. I remember watching episode 1 of season 1, and I'm like, okay, it's good. You know, I'm like, whatever. But then the post-credit scene, you know, I don't know if I don't want to spoil it, but there's a post-credit scene that Omni-Man does, and I'm like, what is going on? I was like, what the because like it completely like I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this and that, and then he does that thing at the end of season or the first episode. And I'm like, oh, this is a ride. And
this is not what you thought this is. This is not. This is not your father's superhero, guys. This is not.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I know it's been a while. So if you haven't seen season 1, but I still don't want to spoil that because if anybody hasn't seen it or jumped on the Invincible train, you got to because it's so good. It's so good. And I cannot wait for season 2. And all those voices, man, those are.
I was like, I literally feel like I heard everybody. I was like, I could have sworn I saw Brandon. I was like, is that Mr. Peoples? like everybody's come on down, you jump on in.
Yeah, that is Rob Delaney, Chloe Bennett,
Leah Thompson.
Yeah,
when I heard Sterling K. Brown, I was like,
yeah. David
Got
Diggs.
down there, Maslany. Like, I mean, dude, it's crazy. David Diggs. They have everybody in this.
Ben Schwartz is going to be in this. I love it.
Yeah. He's always been a good voice actor.
Yeah.
Although he always has the same voice though. But
Jay Farrow, that's like 8,000 voices right there.
Yeah.
That's gonna get your Denzel. You're gonna get you'll get everybody.
Calista Flockhart? Man, damn. Every time I'm like, oh, look at that name. Look at that name. Look at that name. Yeah. Phil Lamar, Green Lantern. So, but yeah, I mean, this is gonna be fun.
There's more too, right?
This is from like season 1.
All right, Mark Hamill, yeah.
Zachary Quinto, was in it.
Quinto.
Yeah. So
I forgot about Reginald Bell Johnson.
That's why I said it was like
Carl Winslow Carl Winslow himself.
I think Kevin Michael Richardson is in this. Isn't that like Kramer from Seinfeld?
No, you're thinking of Michael Richards.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, no.
I mean, so he is like, oh, I gotta add the Kevin. All right, because I'm like, wait, I don't remember that. Like,
it would have been canceled before it got started. But
no way. Hey, if you need a guy yelling racist slurs, got the guy for you.
Oh my gosh, too much.
Oh man, Mark Hamill though. Mark Hamill's a legend. Yeah. So, man, and again, Seth Rogen is producer on it. He's also a voice from season 1. So, yeah. Oh man, I cannot wait for this one. November 3rd.
I'm excited.
Yeah, this is a must watch.
It might carry us because with this whole actor strike and writer strike and all this stuff, we might need this stuff to get us through.
Yeah, you think? I don't think it'll affect us by November.
No, I think it affects Doom.
Oh, true. They might push that back.
That affects November. So having this, then having Ahsoka, having this, we have things that are going to keep on coming out. That's going to keep us entertained while they figure this stuff out.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see where we left off with comments.
Omni-Man is in Mortal Kombat 1. I saw that one.
Yeah, that one I saw. Anime community were trying to tell you that season was awesome reality. It's like, well, ignored it. It doesn't count. Yeah.
It doesn't count. Exactly what you said.
Yeah. So that almost sounded like John Witherspoon at the start of the trailer, and I was scared that brought him back with AI.
No, that's Carl Winslow. I heard and knew immediately.
Oh yeah. I was on the animation for season 2 to be better. You can tell most of the budget went to the cast. Most of the budget went to the cast. I like the animation.
I thought the animation was fine.
Yeah.
I think this one does look a little bit crisper, but it still looks the same. You know what I mean? Like kind of the same, but just like upgraded, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And going from like, standards to like high def. Still the same thing. It just looks better. So, but yeah, for season 1. I mean, they're going to go even crazier with the cast in season 2. So I don't know. But yeah, Omni-Man is in Mortal Kombat 1, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually get to play as Omni-Man, which is super cool.
You shouldn't ever
Peacemaker's in
lose.
there, too.
You shouldn't ever lose though. Like,
well, you can see. Oh no, I was thinking of the other versus Superman, but that's the Injustice game.
Yeah, it's Injustice.
So, but that'd be fun. Never seen that before or heard of it, really. I did see a short though when he killed that busload of trained people. Yeah, I never knew what it was. It's on the first season is on Amazon. Everyone has Amazon.
Right? Yeah, you gotta get on that one. Invincible is awesome.
Yeah. I mean it's violent. It's like The Boys.
It's not for kids.
Crazier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And The Boys is crazy. It's not as raunchy, but it's just like the killings are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean the whole time you feel for Stephen Yeun's character, which is Mark
Grayson.
Yeah. Mark Grayson. And you just kind of feel for him the whole time. And man, for an animated show at the end, that last episode, you're just like, like, oh man, it kind of just hurt. It was something, man. It was really good. But check it out. Highly recommend it, man. Highly recommend it. Guess who's here?
Dude.
Oh yeah,
my
man.
God.
I can't show that in a comment. I can't put that on screen. Can't put that on screen.
I saw it though. I was dying. Like I can't go.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get into that in a couple minutes.
I got enough. We'll still be okay. That's just for you.
Oh my God. Travis. I've been seeing other rumors online that Spider-Man is showing up this season, which has me kind of intrigued. Nah, there's no way.
No, no one's gonna allow that to happen.
Yeah, there's no way. It was really cool, but yeah. Kirkman though, he's the guy who wrote The Walking Dead, the comic books. He wrote Invincible, and he's writing a new story about the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover. Void Rivals. I picked it up. I picked it up. It's interesting.
How you gonna pick it up and not like the movie, man? Whatever.
Oh, because the movie sucked. It's like that's
movie
like
did not suck. It's like the
movie
sixth ranked movie of all for the entire year. So it sucked. But it sucked.
And people were like, oh, it's okay. You're so used to trash that when you get something that is just not full trash, you're like, oh, that's pretty good. It's like, nah. It's just like a shiny turd. That's all it was. That's all it was. And they just threw on like your childhood on it. Like bam.
Oh man, it's terrible.
But yeah, going back to that. But the guy who wrote it, I think he's also a producer on this show as well. So that's always good when you have the creator of the character on the show and making sure everything goes well. So.
I'm done. He said shiny turd. I'm done.
I mean, that's all this word was. Remember this thing you liked as a kid? Well, cool. We're gonna kind of show you, but it has nothing to do with it. Like,
man.
All right,
and usually I'm the hater, guys. Usually I'm the hater.
I'd rather see the things I love done right.
Oh no! Just if he loves it, just keep it away, guys. Just keep it away. Oh man,
that's I appreciate the good things. All right, I don't know. You guys got anything else?
No, let's just go to the next thing.
Yeah. Let's move on. I'd say that's about it.
Yeah, for this one. We're already going off rails. But leave a comment if you're watching live or watching on replay. Appreciate you guys. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Invincible. Hit that like button. Share any of our videos that you like over on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now, Threads, whatever, So, but yeah, so join us. We're live every Monday and Thursday talking about trailers, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. So make sure you come and join the Spoiler Kings. If you're watching live, stick around because we are going to move on to our next topic.
Can't believe they're getting rid of the birdies. It's craziness.
Elon he's been trying to name every company he started X. like legit. He tried naming PayPal X and they're like, no, like you're fucking stupid. And then they kicked him out and he made $1 bazillion.
This is what he does.
I don't know if it's true or not. I heard somebody else saying he wanted to name Tesla X, and then a bunch of other people were like, no.
I believe it too.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm like, it's not too far-fetched. And then right now he's changing Twitter to X, but now they're having all these issues because there's a K-pop band in like Japan or something like that called like X or xjapan.com or whatever it is. So he can't legally change Twitter to X in Japan. Microsoft owns X.com because of Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing, man? What are you doing? They went to go change the sign today and it had to get taken down because he didn't pull a fucking permit. Oh my God, man. Smartest person in the world.
Hey, that's Musk. That's what he does.
Yep. What's that? X-Wing just does not sound as good as tweeting. Xing.
Sure doesn't.
It sounds like you going back in the past and going on your little black book and calling a number. That's what it's Xing.
Oh my God. And then Travis said Invincible did crossover with Spider-Man in the comics, and Amazon is where Sony is producing the Spider-Man universe. That is true. So it is
I
possible.
think right now because they're still sharing with Marvel. I don't know if they'll allow that.
That's a TV one. What about the anime? But even the animated one, I think is going to be on Disney Plus, ain't it?
Yeah.
The new one that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
So I don't know. It wouldn't be impossible. Amazon has a shit ton of money, so if they want it, they're like, "Here's a blank check."
Yeah, they have to pay a whole hell of a lot for a TV show.
Yeah,
and
I think
Disney
they'll
don't
stay
play
out of it though.
Yeah, Disney don't play.
Yeah. I think they'll stay out of it too. Just like why compete when it's already a good. Like if it ever starts to dip and people don't care, they might do a little stunt like that. But I don't know. I don't see that fully happening. All right. Jump right into this Gen V trailer.
Yep, let's go.
Let's get into the good stuff. Cause I know Big Ford's here to hear us talk about Barbie.
Trying to roast us. Sorry, man. I got something on my sleeve for you.
Uh-oh. I don't even know what it is. All right. Let's check out this last one and then we'll get into our movies. Where we at? All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kerr. Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to check out Gen V, the Red Band teaser trailer. How's it a teaser at 2 minutes? But this is the spin-off show for the boys over on Amazon. So, yeah, let's check it out and then talk about it. Let's see what's going on. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right.
Being a hero is not about glory. It's about sacrifice.
Welcome to Godolphin University. We've trained the best and brightest young heroes since 1965. Godolphin is a safe space for you to thrive.
Marie Moreau, you could be the first top-ranked freshman in history.
I think you meant to say first black woman in the 7.
But you have a target on your back.
A few of us are going off campus. Let's have a good time.
I'm sexy, I'm free, and I feel vulgar.
I'm still drunk from last night.
Perfect. Just take a sip. Say Turbo Rush cures hangovers.
I wouldn't pour this on my dick if it cured cancer.
There are dangerous, evil people at that school.
Ooh.
Oh.
Everything is fucked.
I exploded his dick.
Tag team cocksplosion.
Wow.
Freshman class is savage this year.
Oh, damn, that's pretty soon.
All right. You know, I'm all for anything related to the boys. You know, that's one of my favorite shows out there. So anything that expands that universe, I'm all for. It looks pretty good. You know, I'm definitely interested.
If you're gonna explode someone's dick, at least you could do is tell him beforehand. Let him know that this might be a possibility before this stuff happens. That hit me right here, man. I don't know.
I mean, I guess accidents happen.
That's too close to home, man. I mean, Did you see the fist through the dude's mouth?
That was awesome.
Like, that was nuts.
I can find it. Yeah, that was. Well, that's how all the craziness starts, right? In the trailer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's a dude with this freaking. Well, one day, like, where is it? Like, this dude gets just a knife. Like, wait, he punches him through his stomach, and it comes
it comes out his mouth. I was like, what? What, guys? What?
He does. Holy shit.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
It's so disrespectful.
I know. I'm like, come on, man.
Security guard. Yeah.
You only have one job.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of blood and a lot of even what the hell is this? Like the
what the Muppets?
That's so silly. It's so stupid. They show it. It's like glitter everywhere. It's the best part. It's so stupid. I love it. Oh, this is gonna be a crazy, crazy series. I can already see it, man. It's gonna be just off the walls, like madness. You know, because like if the boys is crazy and those are adults, and that's already like crazy. I can't imagine like teenagers with powers who are told like you're gonna become superheroes one day.
Are these teenagers or they're like college kids?
College kids, probably more like.
I don't know, going away to school in college. College kids are like the worst things in the world, like worst people in the world. Oh my god, I've done things in college that I can't even talk to you about, and I can't imagine having superpowers and being doing that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's probably more. It seems like more college. Yeah, you're right. But I'm curious about this main character because so she can mess with blood, right? Which also I don't know if it might just be for the trailer, but I don't know about that CGI. Is anybody else thinking what I'm thinking? A woman who can control blood, like I don't. And like, I'm not like being nasty or anything. It's like this is the boys. They've done horrible, insanely nasty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it out of the realm of possibility?
All I know is she exploded someone's dick. So I'm.
Well, they said there was a tag team of it. So I was like, wait, what?
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, is that where it is? Is that when it happened? Because I didn't even mean to click on it. That just
oh my god,
this happened.
That's what he said.
His dick.
He said, I didn't mean it to happen. He said, I didn't mean it to happen either. That's what she said.
I exploded his dick.
Tag team cocksplosion.
What does that even mean? Like tag team? Oh, yeah, that's even worse. Knowing that
the money shot, guys.
This is gonna be off the wall, man. This is gonna be such a crazy show. September 29th.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I don't know if I'm mature enough to watch this.
I know, right? You have to get permission slip. Yeah, let's see some of these comments. I wonder if that guy is Homelander clone. Yeah, just to do that dumb storyline in the comics. Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I still think they're gonna do that dumb storyline. Because I know which one you're talking about. I think they're still gonna do that dumb storyline. Even though you're like, but they killed him, this person. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and they are the one thing they are changing a lot of the comic books. Like,
exactly.
Who is it? Jensen Ackles' character.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy is completely different in the comic books. Completely 100% different. Like you would be like, this is not even the same character. Like, besides the name, they are completely different. So, I don't know. They are doing their own thing. But Travis said, would have missed an opportunity to not have Playing with the Boys by Kenny Loggins at some point in the show. Oh, that's going to happen.
Yep, exactly.
He said, yep. Carnage. Is that what they call it? She's our main character. Love Me, Bloodbender. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she can control blood. So definitely straight from Avatar.
Now it makes perfect sense why it exploded in her face, like Bloodbender. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Poor Aang. That's all I think. Maybe she gets her powers when she has her period. Man, it could be, man. It could be.
Man.
You never watched The Boys? Man,
what are you doing?
Can you imagine? No, he has the opportunity to watch Invincible and then The Boys and catch up on 3 seasons of it. Like it's going to blow his mind. I'm jealous, Brandon, that you have this opportunity to watch it.
That's
for
true.
the first time. This is amazing. This is your great opportunity. Watch it and then catch up on everything else. It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean they are very not kid friendly shows. Like all of 3 seasons of The Boys is, whew, man,
Something else. Remember that first episode of The Boys?
Yeah.
Do you remember that first episode? He sitting there holding their hands.
Even the first episode of season 2. It's like I think that was season 2. Was that season 3? I don't know, but the first episodes are crazy. You like comedies? There's a lot of funny parts. There's parts where you're laughing where you're like, I shouldn't be laughing, but it's really funny. Yeah. So yeah, pretty sure the one who they exploded is the same actor who offers to jerk everyone off in Horrible Bosses.
That would be perfect.
That would be funny. The show is so much better than the comic books. It really is.
I agree.
And that's a rare occasion because usually the comics are just better. The comic books were awesome. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the comics because they go off the wall.
But nothing is the TV show is so nuts. Seeing live action, some things it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So they'll never do this, and then they do it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, they're not going to do that, and then you're like, oh, okay. The most adult animated show I've watched is Masters of the Universe
Revelation.
I feel bad for you. Damn you, Kevin Smith. But cool. Yeah, I mean, Gen V, that is another must watch, I think, because that's going to be, it's going to be something.
We're gonna start every episode. We're gonna review. We're like, did you see that? What the? Everyone's gonna start just like that.
Yeah, we should start like a pool, like a pool of what parts get blown off first.
Oh man, that would be cool. We do squares.
Yeah, 2 squares for like the boys in Gen V. Like, which parts get blown off first?
Oh man,
yeah. But cool. Yeah, Gen V first trailer. That's the Red Band trailer, so that one is extra juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Gen V. Are you like what you saw? Or you kind of like holding it back because you didn't like season 3? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. But you also hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're live every Monday and Thursday talking about trailers, movies, TV shows, all the good stuff. So make sure you come and join us live. But if you are watching live, stick around because we are going to move on to our next topic for the night. Yeah, I bit my lip earlier today and I keep fucking with it. I was like, keep wording it. All right.
I'm almost afraid to answer this question.
Hermie. From Travis. What is your favorite spin-off to a TV show? And what is a show you liked that didn't realize was a spin-off to something else?
Favorite
I'd have to
spin-off.
think on that one for a minute.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, favorite spin-off, Darkwing Duck. And then show I didn't realize was a spin-off, Family Matters.
Family Matters is a spin-off?
Yeah, Harriet wasn't Harriet oh my god. Oh, what's the name of that damn show? Perfect Strangers.
She was?
Harriet?
Was it? Oh yeah, where was he at? Where Brandon said, Jeffersons was a spinoff. Yeah?
Yeah, the Jeffersons definitely a spinoff.
Yeah. Yeah. It said The Boys was a comic. It was. Yeah, it's a pretty good comic. Again, it's very...
a spinoff of Perfect Strangers.
Really?
Yes, because Harriet was in Perfect Strangers. That was her job.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Damn, look at that. Years later, just found that out. I don't know. It's like my favorite spinoff. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like, yeah, I would have to think, like, really think about it, because I'm like, I'm trying to think what are good ones.
Oh, you know what? No. My favorite spinoff is A Different World. It really is.
That
That's a
one
good one.
Was so good.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, yeah.
That show, that one with the marriage with Dwayne and Whitley. Oh my God. Would you? Oh, that was such a good one.
I'm looking at like top spin-off ones. I mean, I'm kind of interested in like the Dead City, the Walking Dead thing. I haven't watched that one yet. Peacemaker was a pretty good spin-off, but it wasn't a spin-off of a show. Right. Yeah, Family Matters is here on the list. Damn.
Yeah, Harriet was the elevator operator.
Mama's Family was a spin-off too?
Of All in the Family?
Oh, yeah. Damn. Daria's on that list. Daria was pretty awesome. Xena.
Yeah.
I got
you know what?
Xena.
Yeah.
Xena for Hercules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Xena was a better show for me than Hercules. I
Much
would have
better.
like.
Yeah, I'm almost inclined to say Daria might be my favorite.
Yeah.
I was a Daria fan. I also really liked Angel.
Angel, I like Angel a lot. I like Angel more than I like Buffy.
Me too.
Ooh, you're gonna piss some people off right there.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
I liked Angel.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I gotta kind of admit I liked Angel a little more than Buffy.
But that one. But yeah, I would say Family Matters was a spin-off that I didn't know was a spin-off. So I just found that out right now.
I was today years old, guys.
Yeah.
that I didn't realize was a spin-off to something else. Oh.
Yeah. That's crazy. I did not know that.
Well, I guess I got to retract. I got to retract Angel because I went in knowing that it was a spin-off of a Buffy.
Well, no, it's like what's your favorite spin-off, and then what's the spin-off that you didn't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say even the Flash. Flash started off good. It was a spin-off from
so Flash
the Arrow.
was great for a while. For the first 4 seasons, Flash, great. Better than the Arrow. Green Arrow, I mean.
Yeah. We got Loki Cave. What is up? So what's good, fellas? Shout out to everyone in chat. There you go. Make sure you go check out Loki Cave. Check out his channel. They're doing music reviews now. They're doing like a bunch of TV reviews still and all this stuff. So go check out Loki Cave for sure. Gen V looks as good as the boys. It does.
It might be funner because college. Going away to college, you can do all type of crazy stuff.
Yeah. And this
and
chalk it up as
you're
like
in college. Yeah. Just like,
I know. I'm young and dumb. Blah blah blah. She was in something. Yeah. Family Matters was from Perfect Strangers. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, Harriet was the elevator operator. Paper Larry and Valky worked at.
Yeah.
That is crazy how an elevator operator got a spin-off show. But that was the 90s, man. Everyone got a spin-off show.
I just remember it. Like,
I did not know that the entire time. Because Perfect Strangers was a great show, and then Family Matters was
iconic because it became iconic because of Steve Urkel. But it was just about the family first.
So was Perfect Strangers set in Chicago then?
It had to be.
It had to have been because the dad is
a Chicago cop.
Yeah,
Chicago PD.
Oh,
why did I think it was San Francisco or something?
Yeah, I always thought it was like somewhere in Cali.
Me too.
Yeah, that's interesting. Viva La Bam counts as spin-off. Is Jackass? I'll put that one on. Yeah, I'll say that counts. That was fun. It was much, man. But like watching it now, you're just like watching like a person just like mentally collapse. Yeah. And then that final straw was when Ryan Dunn died. It was just like, man, because I hope Bam gets his shit together, which I heard he kind of is, but then he keeps falling off the wagon. So yeah, which sucks. But I give you Viva Bam. Dave Chappelle got a spin-off, one guest appearance on Home. He was on Home Improvement, It's one of the most things ever.
Dave Chappelle on Home Improvement just sounds awful.
So, remember that one time Dave Chappelle and Tim Allen hung out? I was like, what?
Exactly.
That sounds like a Dave Chappelle joke.
The most conservative person with the most just off the wall person. Not liberal, just off the wall.
Yeah. Also, we need to give Tim Allen back like the voice of Buzz Lightyear. Like,
Space
sorry, Chris
Ranger.
Evans. Chris Evans. Nah.
Chris Evans did what he was hired to do, but
sound like Chris Evans.
Yeah, he was fine for what they were doing, but yeah, I prefer Tim Allen.
Yeah.
No, Buffy was the OG. Angel was good, but nah. Buffy got annoying as fuck to me, and that's what it is. Buffy just got annoying, and what's her name? Her friend. Oh my god, it just got so annoying, and that's why I rather Angel because, I mean, when anyone got annoying to Angel, he just ate him. Like he just killed him. Like he killed them all. Spike was funny. So.
I guess I don't think I watched much Angel. Like by then, I fell off the bandwagon.
What was her name? Willow. Oh my god, I hated Willow so much.
I couldn't stand Willow.
Oh my god, that was my problem. I just hated her so much.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand Willow.
And then Alexander, I was like, dude, he's like the always in the friend zone. Like, come on, bro, come on. Man.
If that's the case, then we'll say Simpsons and Jeff. Oh yeah, Simpsons. I guess would count as a spinoff.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And the Jefferson's like the ultimate spinoff. I think that people remember.
Moving on up.
I had my 5th grade teacher looked just like him.
Mm-hmm. Did he do dance too?
He would walk like that with the like just like that walk, that short man like walk kind of thing. It was like, but like very like I don't know, like he was just, and we would fuck with him so much. I felt bad now. I feel bad because we were all badass kids in 5th grade, spinning spitballs everywhere, and
that's right there is why I'm not a teacher, guys. I want to be a teacher so bad, but when you got bad kids, I'm just gonna choke them, like hold him by the neck. Did you choke my son? He deserved it.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. Oh my god. I feel bad for that man now. I remember when they tried to spin off Supernatural, it just didn't work.
It sure they did not. They had old girl from Quantumania.
Did they?
Yeah.
The Winchesters, right?
Yeah. Catherine Newton was supposed to be in the spinoff of Supernatural. Those would be the sisters or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. And it just did not work.
Yeah.
She probably would have fit that role more than she did Cassie Lang. But
she was annoying even then, man. As Cass's daughter.
Yeah.
Cass's daughter?
That's what she was.
And I hate to talk bad about Catherine Newton because I like her. she just unfortunately sometimes they cast her in roles that she just doesn't fit.
Yeah. Frasier is one that is so vastly different from Cheers. Yeah. I think it's the one people don't realize is a spinoff at first. That is true. That's another one where you think you're like, oh wait. He was in Cheers. Angel had better side characters though, including bringing Spike. Spike was cool.
Spike was great. Awesome. Spike was also in Buffy, but he was just better at Angel.
I liked him a lot more in Angel.
I liked Angel a lot more than Angel. Like stop Buffy.
The Hush episode of Buffy is a classic.
You're not wrong. I'm not sitting there going to argue with that. But Buffy has like maybe those first like 4 seasons are great. Just plain simple great.
Travis said Dave Chappelle and Jim Brewer show up asking for advice on dating them. Chemistry resulting in a spinoff called Buddies. But the producers decided they didn't like Jim Brewer, so they replaced him. That's funny.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I know Dave Chappelle was like pitching so many TV shows back then too. He was pitching anything. Like
Dave Chappelle was a genius even back then. You remember he was doing stand up at like 15 years old in comedy clubs and tearing down the house. He was a genius even back then, guys.
Yeah. what was that one with Martin Lawrence that he was in? Blue Streak, I think it's called.
Blue Streak.
Yeah, Blue Streak.
That one's good.
He was hilarious in that bit part that he had.
I'm a Professor fan myself.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Loving you, easy cause you're beautiful.
Y'all definitely should go do OG Buffy and Angel and Buffy reviews. That's not bad, man. I know
I
it's like
that.
Yeah. Where you do like season 1, season 2, break down the seasons.
I'm with it. That's something I would do.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even have to ask my girlfriend. She's like, it's loaded, ready to go. It's like it's already in the DVD player. And she loves Buffy. Like she got the graphic novels, she got the continuation that's going on right now where she's like an old lady, you know, so she's like reading all that stuff.
I like the Buffy movie more than I even like the TV show.
I watched that movie a lot because my sister was a big fan.
Oh man,
that was pretty cool, man. That Buffy.
When Peter Herman was like, "These guys, you're going to regret this."
He got one arm too.
Oh.
The blooper of that is the best because like he just doesn't die. He just keeps getting up.
Oh man, I'm like, that's Peter Herman. Oh man, it's so awesome.
That, and I didn't even realize that until years later, you know, because like it's just so different, you know. It's like, oh yeah, that. Oh man, the first spinoff I remember was Joey from Friends, and hearing firsthand how people hated it. Oh, it was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
And he's probably well, actually, I think none of those characters are interesting unless they're together.
Yeah.
He's probably the most interesting out. Well, maybe Phoebe, but even Phoebe is so goofy, you really wouldn't care.
Yeah,
you didn't care on his friends. Like I didn't really care.
Yeah. I was in the original Buffy movie. Yeah, it's good. Was it had to be early 90s at that point, right? Like 92 or something. 92. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then at a couple of spinoffs of Supernatural, the one I'm thinking about was where they were in Chicago and the monsters were a crime fame. Oh yeah, and I think the black dude was in the league. Yeah, that's right.
There's 3 spinoffs of Supernatural: the Winchesters, the one with the girls, and then that one. And I cannot remember what that's called.
They did like one pilot, and it did horrible, like horrible. And I remember that. I don't remember what it's called though, but it was bad. And it came from that one episode, and then people were like, "Oh, like you know," they set up. I think the spinoff in that episode, and then it wasn't good. It was like, what kind of monsters were they? Like you're just a bunch of, like werewolves or vampires or something.
Was that Bloodlines?
Maybe I don't remember.
I think it's Bloodlines.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, man. They tried with Supernatural, but the original cast had something special that you couldn't.
No, Sam and Dean. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Wayward Sisters. That's what it was called. Wayward Sisters with the girls.
Hmm.
Wayward Sisters. Yeah.
That one I don't remember. And then Perp's in the house. What's up? Congrats on 1K.
What's up,
I appreciate it.
What's up,
Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You know, man. Shout out to Perp's channel too, man. He's does so much stuff. You know, he's come on our channel a few times. So, yeah. So hopefully when we do our big giveaway and kind of hangout thing, I want to bring on some other people like Perp and whoever else wants to come and join us for a little bit. You know,
so everyone who helped us get there, we're gonna bring you guys all on and we just have a conversation and talk about stuff.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle and Professor legit makes me cry. Yeah.
Oh, he's great. Reggie Warrington.
Women be shopping, man. Women be shopping. You can't stop a woman from shopping.
So stupid. Oh, that movie. Yeah, they were wolves. I remember it was something like that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let me see if I can get I had downloaded a perfect background at work and then I forgot to upload it. But we are going to talk about the Barbie Oppenheimer. Barbenheimer,
finally. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Let me get my car ready and get my action figures.
Action figures.
AMC, thank you. Hey, got this from AMC too.
Nice.
Oh, that yeah.
And yeah, my kids will have this as soon as this episode's done. This is we going to my girls. They're literally like, so Daddy, can I have it? I was like, after the episode, baby. After the episode. Because I ain't gonna do nothing with it. It'll sit on my shelf forever. Barbie's.
I was saying it might be worth some money eventually.
Yeah, they can't take it out of the box.
You can only look at it.
You can play with it within the box.
Yeah. I was hoping I can find it real quick for a background. So what, you want to do Barbie first, or you want to do Oppenheimer first?
It doesn't matter. I saw Barbie first, so let's do Barbie first.
All right.
I'm okay with that too. I saw Barbie first as well.
I saw Oppenheimer first.
Oh, so it depressed you first, and then you got brought back to life.
Exactly.
Did you guys see that video I sent where it's like how to watch it? Like, oh, first you watch this and then that. But if you want to do that, and then it's like, then there's the Oppenheimer sandwich where you watch a Barbie, then Oppenheimer again, and then Barbie. It's like goes on like like all this stupid shit.
Dude,
I thought that was super funny.
You know, I walked out of the Oppenheimer theater, and I wasn't sure if I loved it or not, or what you know, if I hated it or what. But I know for damn sure that was one of Nolan's best movies, which is saying a lot because I mean, Inception is in my top 10. I mean, just he has Dark Knight is one of my favorite things ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, half his movies are in my Memento is like the first interaction with him, and it was so good. I didn't even see the twist coming.
Which one?
Memento.
Oh, Memento. Oh yeah,
it was so good. Oh my god.
Oh, you mean
Interstellar?
Interstellar.
We love Interstellar, here. So I mean, Nolan's just the dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
Interstellar is really interesting because like I've only seen people say they hate it or they love it, which is crazy for me. I was like, how do you not love that movie? But
it's too much. Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, it is a lot. But that's all I hear from a lot of people are like, oh no, that's like one of their least favorite and this and that. Like I was watching John Campia and he even said like, oh yeah, it was like towards his bottom of the list. I'm like, you shut your mouth.
I enjoy it. But I love The Prestige. I remember me and Brandon were met right when The Prestige came out, and we were talking about how good of a fucking movie that is.
I love The Prestige.
Such a good movie.
I love The Prestige. It might even be my number one favorite Nolan movie. And he makes, there's, there at worst, there's Nolan movies that I thought were just like, all right. But like he's never made anything that I've disliked. Like I love his approach. Like I love he's just a very and when I heard that he was doing Oppenheimer, I'm like, this is going to be awesome. This is directly up his alley.
I didn't think I wanted anything to do with the story, and I still don't want anything to do with the story. But Nolan made it worth it. Nolan himself made it worth it.
Yeah,
he did.
I mean that's what makes a great director great. It's like a story where you even know what's going to happen. You're still at the edge of your seat. You're like, what?
There are times like the movie theater, no one will move. People are afraid to breathe. Like they're like, I might miss something.
Yeah.
Like no punches were thrown in 3 hours. I was enthralled. All right, we gotta get something. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. Hold on.
I gotta say, my least favorite is Dunkirk.
Yeah, man, mine too. But that's another one that people either say is the best or it's one of the worst. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think my least favorite from him was probably, The Dark Knight Rises.
I could say that. That's my second least.
It just didn't do a whole lot for me. And I liked the idea of Tenet. It just didn't.
I thought Tenet was good, but if I'm comparing Tenet to Prestige, Dark Knight, Inception, and Interstellar, like Tenet's at the bottom of my list. Then, you know, because those other ones are not just like top of all time.
Yeah, some of your favorite films.
Like
that's what
period.
Nolan does. Yeah,
like Inception for me. Like after I saw it, we were arguing for hours about what's going on in that movie.
Yeah,
and it's so smart, and it's almost too smart for people.
Yeah, yeah. So, Travis, I'm gonna keep some of those questions for another show, but I do want to keep them because I do like those, and those are good, like fun topics, especially for like our giveaway video that we're gonna do. Because that's just gonna be like a hangout kind of thing. So because also we will spend like an hour with just like movie twists and stuff like that, you know, because don't get Brian started with M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh no, my God.
Yeah,
M. Night Shyamalan.
All right. What is that? I swear I see some of these comments here. I just have to realize that your viewers must be young. I'm 44. I remember all the old school stuff.
Like, I was around for all that stuff. Like I know Perfect Strangers because I was around for it.
Yeah. All right. But I can't make it through Tenet. Y'all spent 15 minutes trying to see what we It is true, but it was awesome.
I get it.
I loved that, man. I loved it. I love Tenet. But I do understand why that's so divisive. You know, why people love it or hate it.
But you say that. I mean, literally, I'm looking like Dark Knight, probably one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. The Prestige is one of my all-time favorites. Inception is in my top 10 of all time, period. Interstellar I love Interstellar. It's probably my top 25 movies of all time. So like those four are always going to be ahead of it. I love Memento. Memento is like my first introduction. So is Tenet already on 6? He only made 8 movies.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is like his list is pretty short, but also his list is just filled with bangers. Like bangers. Like I didn't love Dunkirk, but it looked great and it was a good story, you know. But I think he learned his lesson from Dunkirk for Oppenheimer and made sure like he's like, okay, and you know, I want to tell this story, but I need to tell it a certain way.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's toss between Interstellar, Dark Knight Rises, and Memento. Which, I mean, you can put any of his movies as number one, and you have a valid point, a very valid point. You know. So
look at this. The Following, Memento, Insomnia, Batman Begins, The Prestige, Dark Knight, Inception, Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel, Interstellar, Dunkirk, Tenet, Oppenheimer.
I think he was just a producer on Man of Steel, wasn't he?
He is a producer and he part writer.
Okay.
He wrote the story.
Yeah. Which that makes sense. It's very, very Dark Knight-esque.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's move on this. I see some like Horror Geek, I see your comment, but we're gonna talk about that when we bring up Nolan in the movie. But all right, let's start with Barbie. Get that right off the bat. Get it going. Where are we at? 126. All right. All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Curry. We're Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we survived Barbenheimer. Barbenheimer. We survived it. Christopher Nolan, Greta Gerwig. We survived the fourth biggest movie weekend ever in history. So yeah, especially when you look at original IPs, because the other ones were Infinity War, Endgame, Star Wars, Force Awakens. I don't know the order, but I know it's those three. And then you have this weekend with Barbie and Oppenheimer, which are both original stories. Well, I guess Oppenheimer is not, but you know what I mean.
I was so about to buy a sweatshirt that says "I am Kenough."
I still want one. I want one.
I am Kenough.
Yeah. I am Kenough. Yeah, man. So we're gonna jump into Barbie. We'll get into some of the good, some of the bad. We might kind of flow in between them all, just because of I'm pretty sure all of us like the movie. From what I understand in our message group.
Let's.
Yeah.
Let me read the synopsis of it.
Yeah, go for it. Break it down.
All right. I'm doing Barbie first, guys.
Mhm.
Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in the colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to go in the real world, they discover the joys and perils of living amongst humans. That's the idea.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
And the budget for this movie was $145 million. They tripled that week one.
Yeah. I mean, it right off the bat, we'll say it is the number one opening weekend movie of the year. It took that title.
Mhm.
It crushed it worldwide. It absolutely crushed it world. Like 3-something worldwide.
335 or something like that.
Something
It's
along that.
stupid.
Yeah, but even domestically, it made what 155, 160,
155.
Yeah. So yeah, this didn't just beat its predictions; it beat the record like for the year. So yeah,
Barbie in one weekend is already number 11 for the entire year.
Yeah.
For
After one weekend,
$356 million in one weekend.
Yeah. So it is a movie people are going to see. Barbie only needs 2.8 multiplier to reach 1 billion. Yeah, most good movies need a 3.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It started off great, and I don't see it ending anytime soon. I really don't. But we'll get a little bit more into the critics' reviews and a little bit more of the box office numbers at the end. But we'll start off with some of the good. What you got, Brandon? Some of the good stuff
for Barbie. First and foremost, like I said, I was sold on this movie when I heard that it was being written and directed by Greta Gerwig. I really like her as a newish director. Lady Bird, her version of Little Women. So when I heard she was doing this, I'm like, this has the potential to be awesome, and it was. I thought it was much better, much smarter, and much more layered than it really had any business being.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was very poignant. Poignant. Can't even say the word. But you know what I'm getting at. Ryan Gosling was hilarious. Completely stole the show as Ken.
He almost stole everything. Like he was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Margot Robbie obviously is. I've never seen a Margot Robbie performance I didn't like.
They were like, what they said in the movie, they said, if you want someone who's not going to look like a stereotypical Barbie, you probably shouldn't have cast Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Because at one part she's like, I'm ugly, and then like Helen Mirren, where's Andy Bush with again with Helen Mirren, but yeah, like she's like, oh, I'm so ugly, and then Helen Mirren's like, what he said, no to casting. Margot Robbie's not the best character to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry, man. Get you off. But,
no. You're good. You're good. And I like the just kind of the meta, kind of subversive take they went for with it. It was an infinitely better movie than it had any business being. Then because this easily could have been trash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, it was. Say what?
I said, depending who you ask, some people think it is trash. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We all know this.
But no, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Oh yeah, 100%. What you got, Brian? What's some good stuff?
There were times when I was looking at my children as they're watching it, and they're super enthralled. I have 2 little girls, an 8 and 6-year-old. So they're just completely enthralled. And then I looked to my left, and I saw my wife was sitting over there, and she had the same look on her face. And so that was really cool for me to see generations of people having that look. And then as I was in the movie, I was realizing I was into this movie too, because it wasn't just this, it's not a feminist movie. It's not what that is. It's kind of understand who you are. Be good with who you are. And I thought that was great. But if you talk about good, Ryan Gosling, I didn't know I was going to love him this much. He was fucking awesome. I love him. Issa Rae was great. Kingsley Benadir, great. I think those are my three. Well, Will Ferrell, Kate McKinnon were great too. I mean, everything they were in, they stole the screen. And I know Margot Robbie was great, but I feel like there's other people on the screen who took more. As soon as they were on the screen, they were better. Michael Cera. Every time Michael Cera did anything, it was awesome. The only thing my complaint is I didn't get more Michael Cera. I need more of that.
Yeah.
Great. I have to say they did a great job. Even the whole idea with Rhea Perlman, that was great. They just did a good job making the story when you didn't know what the hell they were going to do. Because they could just run out there, threw Margot Robbie out there, and not had any story, and it would have made $1 billion. Now they did it. They're doing it, and it actually has a story. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, this was like what Brandon said. It was so meta at times, and I love meta kind of jokes, especially when it's done right. And this one was the perfect way to do it right. You know, like there's a scene where she like floats down to her car, gets in her car, and like she's driving down the street, and it's like far away, and it's the actual dolls. Like, they actually show like the dolls, and I'm like, it's funny, you know. So, and just all the meta in it was so great, you know. Even like how the Barbies like envisioned themselves as like they made the world this great, because like when it got released in 59 or something like that, the doll like it was meant to be like a feminist, and a lot of people complained, you know, about the doll, like, oh, you can't, you know, show women that they can do stuff, you know. So like, you know, back then it was a big thing, you know. Now you have the same people years later, decades later, saying the same thing, which is like funny, you know. But, you know, not funny, it's annoying, but they were able to like talk about that, like how they're like, oh, we fixed the world, you know, because like to them they're like, we showed women they could do whatever they want, but then they go to the real world, they're like, oh yeah, but then you see the other side of what maybe girls today might envision Barbie with, like Sasha, which is the daughter of America Ferrera character. And it was just like really interesting seeing like generations, you know, where like America Ferrera's character, which I can't think of her name off the top of my head. Gloria, you know, like how she had a different connection to Barbie than like her daughter, who's younger and I think probably teenager-ish, early teenager age, who has a different vibe because of social media and stuff like that. So it was like really interesting, like seeing all that, and then the ending for me was awesome, you know, because it gave a good message, you know, like, and him sing what's the name of that song?
I'm Just Ken.
The I'm Just Ken was pretty cool. But when the Matchbox 20 push song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was laughing, and I heard people singing it in the theater because like everyone knows. And then he did the whole like the you know, like all the weird things that he does in the song.
Yeah, he was making the Rob Thomas noises.
Rob Thomas, he was making all the Rob Thomas. I was like, oh, it's hilarious, man. It was so great. And then, you know, and it's such a catchy song anyway. It's so annoying, and it fit perfectly. I thought the music was perfect. Yeah, the Ken song was great. So, which I did not go into a Barbie movie thinking it was gonna be funny like that and have a good message for everyone, not just like little girls, but I think for everyone. It had like a good message for young men tue, you know. It's like, you know, and you know,
hey, don't follow girls around, man. Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
you're enough. You're
enough. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was like a super good message. At the end, I was just like, I'm like, oh, you know, it's about like self-love, self-appreciation, self-acceptance. You know, it was like,
don't say that, and then that first joke that they had in there. We're gonna have a beach off, guys. We're gonna have a beach off.
Which I thought that was so stupid. It was so funny. You know, even like the innocent kind of jokes where it's like, hey, I want to stay over tonight. Oh, what for? He goes, oh, because we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Well, what are we gonna do? He's like, I don't know. You know, it's like, it was so funny, man. It was great. Yeah, I did not expect it to like it like that.
She said, I don't have genitals. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. But just like the whole, so many people are hating on Ken's thing. They're like, oh, they made him a dummy and stuff like that. But I was like, they made him ignorant, like blissfully ignorant until he came into the real world and saw like the other side of his life. It's like, all these men in power, this and that. But he took it to the extreme, which is always like a bad thing to do in any case. You never, go extreme like that. And it's just like funny seeing it like from somebody's point of view who's almost like a child, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really like everyone in Barbie land is like a child, like all the Barbies think they changed the world. All the Kens think like all the Barbies love them because that's what they're meant to be. So it was fun. Just the whole pacing of it. I just thought it was great. All right. So let's see if we got any comments real quick. The real question is, which song will Barbie submit for best song? They just have I'm Just Ken, what it was made for, and Dance the Night. I think it'll be I'm Just Ken.
I'm Just Ken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah. I don't like What Was I Made For.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
and Dance the Night. I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
They're all dancing and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. The I'm Ken was the song. That was the song for sure.
Yeah. It was this song's version, or it was this movie's version of Peaches, basically.
Yeah. Which I don't get all the hate. Like Bowser sung about like wanting Peach so bad, everyone loved it, and now he's singing about like not being appreciated, and and he should be appreciated. Which I don't know. It just like one was fun. They were both fun, but I think one had a more of a message. I mean, obviously this whole movie had like a message, but I think a lot of people took the superficial messaging and just stayed at that level. When I think this movie has a lot more deeper kind of stuff about it. But also real quick, you guys talk about how good Ryan Gosling was. That man was insanely ripped. What? Like
to you and me, but not to Brandon. Brandon thinks
I know Brandon's like Tuesday. He goes, that's the mirror.
That's the Tuesday, man. What you talking about? That's what we do.
It was insane. I'm like, Jesus, man, that guys, you'll break your hand touching his abs.
Dude was shredded.
It was insane. And the whole time I'm like, he must have felt like shit being that dehydrated. And the whole time I'm thinking like that. I was like, he was so ripped. I'm like, going through that water dehydration and shedding all that water weight to get that ripped for all the scenes.
Mm.
He had to have been sick for like a week after.
Nah, but I think he probably lives his life that way.
Not like that.
I don't know. Man.
I'm sure.
You seen his wife?
Well, I know. I was like,
I'll be that rich for her. Yeah.
Yeah. And Eva Mendes' wife, which I'm surprised she didn't show up in here because that would have been perfect. I mean, she's almost a Barbie anyway. She's like what, 50 still?
She's better than Barbie.
Gorgeous.
She's better than Barbie.
All right. He was ripped in Crazy Stupid Love. Mm-hmm. He's always ripped, but this one was just
The Notebook. I mean, come on.
The Notebook. Yeah. But yeah. All right. What you got for some bad stuff, Brandon? I think about it.
Yeah. There was a lot about this movie I liked. I didn't even really think about that like too much. Like I said, as of right now, the worst thing that I can say about it is I really didn't like that Billie Eilish song. I just didn't. But that's a good question. I'm gonna have to think on that a little bit.
Yeah,
because I thought pretty much for the most part, pretty much it's not a perfect movie by any means, but pretty much everything that they did, I thought worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I may have to kind of think on that a little bit.
Okay, we'll come back to you. What you got, Brian?
I want to say, the movie worked. Don't get me wrong. So anything I want to say is just nitpicking.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to say the Gloria Sasha thing wasn't at the top of my list of. I didn't have a great connection. I had more connection with the Barbies than I had with the real world, Gloria and Sasha. I mean, I saw Gloria caring about her daughter being an asshole because what all 12-year-old girls are to their mothers. Totally got it. But honestly, I was more connected to the Barbies than I was to her. It's almost like they didn't do enough to bring the audience in. Not that I didn't care, but even listening to my kids, listening to my wife, and noticing that. For all these other people to be able to steal the screen at those times, the person who's the I guess would be the human being in the story should be the one that you connect the most with, and that's not what happened. You did not get the connection from the human being more. You got more with Barbie, which is the title character, but all the Barbies, you connect with them more than you did with everybody else. That was one thing. Man, this is a good movie. It's not like it's a lot of things, but if I was nitpicking, Will Ferrell should have been a little bit more. Or they could have even highlighted more about the fact that all the men were working on Barbie even more. Like I think they could have done even more with that. But once again, that's nitpicking because it was done well. It really was.
I can agree about Sasha and Gloria. I had some trouble kind of connecting to them. Now that you mention it, and just the stereotypical, like a kind of angry, rebellious teenager is kind of a trope.
It's almost cliche. Like I was like, okay, who the okay, like. In my house, you talk to your mom like that, you get slapped.
Oh yeah.
So it's like there's no way. Like okay, that doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. It's a Barbie movie. It's that's what you want to have. But I don't know if all 12-year-olds are act that way. And depending on how you raise the girl, your daughters, they can still enjoy Barbie, especially when there's just you. She's not putting on a show for anybody else. So there's just little things like that just didn't necessarily hit with me having little girls and not seeing it that way. So
yeah. I mean, and that's probably my one weakest part of the movie. Like it didn't take me out. It was okay. I didn't mind it in the beginning. I'm like, okay, this is okay. She's obviously very a trope, super tropey, like young teenage girl, like rebellious against her mom, hates Barbies and anything kiddie, and is like trying to grow up too soon and calling her like a fascist doll and this and that, like you don't even know what that means, you know what I mean? So it's like so it's like a kid saying words, especially in like today's like age where you have social media, so like words like that are like just everywhere. So it was like, okay, I just wish they had more of a closure, because like as the montage went on at the end, you saw her being more okay with her mom and stuff like that. But I just felt like the moment that they connected wasn't enough, so I was like, either make it all shorter and just make it real condensed, or give us a real ending with the humans. Like you said, it was just like,
those should be the people that you connect most with because you see yourself.
Yeah. And when I started thinking about it, the first thing I thought of was like, I know Brian's gonna laugh, but it's Transformers, because the worst, but this is all of it. The worst part of Transformers are the humans, like you go to a Transformers movie and the Transformers are awesome. And then you're like, why is Shia LaBeouf here? Why is this person here? Why is that person there? It's like, you didn't care about them anymore. I mean, you wanted to see the things you're there to see, so they kind of were doing that, but I feel like you need to have the human in there. I just feel like it wasn't horrible. It didn't make the movie bad. It just felt a little off, so yeah, I just wanted their connection to be a little bit finalized towards the end of the film. But besides that, I think that's the only other.
Is it weird that my favorite part of the entire movie was that the older woman, when Margot Robbie looked at her and said, "You're beautiful," she looked at her and says, "I know."
That was great.
that was
awesome. That was awesome. I meant to look up. Is that anybody important to like the Barbie world or anything?
Oh, I have no idea. But I
have
know
no
she's
idea.
awesome.
No, it was just a wholesome scene.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know that. So Jorge said Sasha, which is the daughter, was definitely a reference to Bratz dolls, literally having the same name and her friends matching the dolls' races.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ashley said that she, the reason this is in a box because she collects all the Bratz dolls. So now we won't have the Barbie. But she said, she was just a little Bratz doll. That's all it was. And
That's funny.
she does match every single one of them. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know that. And that's why this movie had a lot of meta stuff into it, man. A lot of meta stuff into it. One thing that I really liked, I thought it was funny, and then I came home and I saw people losing their effing mind about it, was the Snyder Cut joke. I thought that was hilarious. It was funny. It was a little dig, but get
over yourself. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
oh well, that's what me. I'm like me, no, but the people.
No.
I was like, what? You must have like start saying restart Snyder for so weird.
That scene was hilarious to me.
Yeah. It, and especially it all being Warner Brothers was really great too. It was fun and it was funny. Like I feel like you got your movement, but if you like make fun of something and it's funny, it is what it is, but them just getting upset about it just kind of like proves the point even more. And it was I thought it was just like, I don't know, a good little
harmless joke. People just need to stop being so easily hurt, all up in their feelings.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. So, or he said, Greta Gerwig said that the scene with the older lady was the heart of the movie. Executives originally wanted to cut that scene out. Yeah, I like that scene. It was funny, because it was just like,
it was my favorite part of the whole thing, and understanding having that confidence in yourself, and now looking at Barbie as an icon or stereotypical person, and realizing this woman who's gone through her life and done everything. She's done it all. She's had her kids. She's done all, and she's beautiful. That's what real beauty is, not what you see as stereotypical. I thought that was perfect in the movie.
Yeah. I liked it. And it wasn't anything crazy either. It was super quick, harmless, but it had a lot of like impact. I thought, that was a good moment. But yeah, just the whole too, like the executive scene I thought was cool when she's up in the tower and you have all Will Ferrell and all the people in there. I thought that was great. And then did you guys notice in the background of like when you're looking out the windows, one of the buildings in the background was Warner Brothers Discovery?
Yeah.
I was like, really, like you got to throw that in there.
Why not?
I guess, like, hey, we own it all. So, so one thing before we move on to our ratings, did any of you guys want Will Ferrell's character to be a Ken?
No.
Because I felt I'm like, wow, how does he know so much? How is he kind of acting like how Ryan Gosling's acting, but like
I thought he was just trying to follow any tropes. Like as a CEO, like I'm going to follow these people and say the things that they're saying because I'm going to try to pretend like I'm one of them.
Yeah, but that's what Ryan Gosling was trying to do. He was trying to be one of.
No, but Ryan Gosling was doing it for real. But if you ever met someone who's pretending like they're trying to be like the young people, that's what it was more like you're trying to pretend like you're a young person. You're doing the things because you're like trying to pretend that's who you are. Instead of Ryan Gosling was just learning these things for the first time and doing and following them.
Yeah, like just like like
as a child would be exactly as a child would. But Will Ferrell was just trying to pretend like he is that hip, but he is the CEO of the company. And those people that have the money that are running things do that all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, that would have been something. It was like if he was a Ken that's been in the real world for a long time, because Barbie became, saying spoilers, Barbie became a real girl at the end. So I was like, so I wonder if a Ken could do that. And would it be the guy in charge of Barbie now? Because he knew all the secrets. He knew how to get back to Barbie Land. He knew everything. So I was like, how does he know this stuff? And I'm like, are they going to say like he's a Ken from back in the day, that escaped and stayed in the real world?
But Ken's not that old.
When Ken come out? Yeah, they come out a while ago, right?
I mean, while ago, like, you mean 92? Yeah, sure. But I mean, like,
no way. It had to have been because I remember my sister playing with when Ken met Barbie was 1961. It was 2
Ken,
years after the Barbie debut.
Ken as a Barbie doll?
Yeah.
Not just him as an entity, but as a Barbie doll?
Well, it hit the toy aisle as Barbie's buyable boyfriend 2 years after the 1959 debut. Ken is short for Kenneth Carson.
It's like Barbara and Kenneth. Okay.
Yeah, Barbara and Kenneth. Yeah, blonde, brunette, blah, blah, hard plastic. Came dressed in the very short red swim trunks. So, yeah. So I think that would have been like interesting because you had like the weird Barbie, which was awesome. So but it also was into like real effect. It's like there was a Barbie that was played with too hard, which was super awesome. So I was like, well, what if there was a Ken that was like forgot about, and he made his way into the real world? I don't know. I just thought that maybe that would have been cool, but also like I wasn't nothing. I was like, oh, that would have been awesome.
all men to do that. I mean, I just think it would be even worse that he brought all men to run Barbie then too. Like, because all the men, because it's just
yeah. I mean, it was real life,
and then Kens are always blonde.
Yeah, well, he was gray. You say turn gray from being blonde.
Gray from blonde? Wouldn't you just go white?
I guess.
Where would you get black from to make it gray?
I
don't know.
What's that changing colors? Just the dead, isn't it? The dead, the lack of whatever chemical that is.
If you're blonde, if you bleach blonde and your hair goes white, it's white and yellow instead of white and black. Gray is literally white and black. So if you don't have black hair, you wouldn't be gray.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just thought that would have been something cool, but also at the same time, I didn't like it. Didn't like. I'm like, I needed it. I just thought if they went that route, But there is one thing I didn't quite like. That every time they brought up the pregnant Barbie, like everyone was like freaked out. They're like, I was like, you said like the old woman is beautiful, but like the pregnant woman is.
No, they just shouldn't have Barbie being pregnant for little girls. Thinking that because you didn't have a husband and you're trying to teach morals and all that stuff, and that doesn't fit what you want to have ideally. So that's I think that's why.
Yeah. Like they could have that route. And a few.
I just understand why there was only one overweight Barbie. There's like 50.
Yeah. I think they were pretty good with doing different kinds of Barbies, and they didn't really repeat themselves, quote unquote. I'm trying to think of like there wasn't like a overabundance of like blondes, like copies of Margot Robbie walking around. They're all very different.
Yep.
But yeah. So this was also awesome. One guy behind me busted out laughing seeing John Cena as Mermaid Ken. That was awesome.
That is great.
That is awesome. And then the whole story behind it is even better. So we'll talk about that later. But
maybe.
Yeah. To try to compete with Bratz, Mattel made hip hop inspired dolls called Flavas. Am I pricing on there? Flavas?
Yeah, Flavas. Really?
Yeah. Midge. The husband is Alan.
Oh.
Okay.
That's what
You can roll with that.
Yeah. I love the Bratz movie. I'm so that's right. He posted it on our Facebook group.
Yep.
The Bratz
he did.
All right. So with that being said, let's give it this rating. Where we at? All right. So here at Spoiler Kings, we do things a little bit different, nice and easy. Now, later, never. Now means we can watch it right now. Go watch it before it is spoiled. Later means you wait till it's home, stream it. Never means just skip it. It is not worth it. Brandon, what are you giving Barbie?
Oh, this is very much a now. This had a lot of this was good stuff. I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, Greta Gerwig really knocked it out of the park with how well written and smart that it was. In addition to being like legitimately hilarious, but pretty much everything in this movie worked. How was a Barbie movie actually good? I'm still wrapping my mind around that.
Okay.
Easily a no.
Wait, Brian.
All right. I'm gonna give it a now, but I'm gonna tell you never go see it on a Friday night because you will be mobbed by little girls. So don't ever do that. But if you can avoid that, then it's a now. For a Barbie movie, literally every other character stole part of the show, and Barbie was good enough, was strong enough to allow them to do what they're doing while still being the glue that held it all together. And I think that was pretty important too. Not saying look at me all the time, letting other ones step in front and take the lead, but still be strong enough, being a strong enough character to carry the movie. And I think that's really what you got. You got a movie that has all these stars and lets the stars be stars, but makes the title character be the title character. And yeah, definitely a now, and especially if you have little kids, both boys and girls will like it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm giving it a now as well. It's super funny, way more funny than I really thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of like jokey, I don't want to say potty humor, but like kid humor, I guess, you know. It was very smart. It was very thoughtful. I thought the message that it ultimately delivered was great. You know, you have a lot of people talking, saying like, "Oh, it was just a feminist movie." I was like, it had points of that because it is Barbie. You know, I was like, you can't really do that, but it also had like other messages that were so much more deeper than that. You know, of just being you and like you don't have to like this person because you're supposed to, or I don't know. It just felt like very positive and learning how to be yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, you know. And I think the Ken character really is the one that showed that the most, but even Barbie and other Barbies and stuff like that. So even the humans, the, you know, quote unquote, you know, humans from the real world, you know, learn the lesson of loving themselves, you know, for who they are and stuff like that. So I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it and agree with Brian. Either go watch this early on a Friday or something, or maybe a late show. Because we went to like a 6 o'clock show and we walked in and there was this like 3-foot, you know, pink minions running around like crazy. There's so many little kids. But yeah, definitely go watch it now. Yeah, I mean, legit theaters are being sold out for this movie. So, and then one last thing is Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Both the critics and the audience gave this 90%.
Yep, 90. Yep.
Yeah, which is crazy. So 338 reviews from the critics and 2,500 verified ratings from the audience. Both given 90%. So same thing, you know, a lot of them are saying, you know, Barbie's visually dazzling, which it is. We didn't even talk about the sets were amazing. Yeah, the sets, the comedy whose meta humor is smartly complemented by subversive storytelling. So yeah, it was kind of same thing what we said, but said better in critic form. But I don't know, you guys got any last thoughts or anything?
I am enough.
Yeah.
I'd say that's about it for me.
Yeah. All right. Finish up with these comments real quick. So Horror Geek said, like the movie was very sympathetic to the Kens. Yeah. They just need a good male role model and to find out who they are outside of Barbie and their gender roles. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's like they needed to find somebody, and unfortunately, I think Ken found the wrong role model, which is another big issue of young men today. You know, that's a whole nother.
Whose fault is that? And this is why I will say this: stereotypical Barbie she really started all this problems. The way she treated Ken, you don't treat other people like that way, and not realizing that, you know, he's just she treated him as he's an action figure. She treated him that way, so she pushed him that way. She pushed him to only feel like he's not enough. I think the way she treated him, because if it was the foot was on the shoe was on the other foot, I think they'll be like, why would you treat her that bad? Why would you treat him that bad?
Maybe, but it was also, I think, exaggerated by Ken by constantly
by not having a house.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
But not having anything to himself.
Yeah,
and not even realizing that.
which I like at the end of the movie, because when things get done, they're like, oh, we need to make sure the Kens are at least taken care of, because they even asked that question, like, where does Ken stay? And they're like, I don't know, so I think
exactly. So that's my point, is that the Barbies have something in that too. It's not just, oh, the Kens went bad because they went so macho. It was, no, they have a problem in it too. They are part of the problem because they're treating them that way beforehand. It's just not okay what you did. No, it's not okay what you did, but it is important that he finds out who he is. But you also have to realize that you didn't give him anything. And you say he's been around since the 1960s. So for as long as you've been around, he's been around, and he doesn't even have a house.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah. So
you couldn't give him a caravan.
Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of like some of the things. But then when he found the role model, quote unquote, it wasn't an actual person. It was more people. It wasn't the best way to role model as I think as because really, like, he's a young male. That's what I took Barbie and Ken were, like, younger people that didn't know how the world worked, and they're learning, and that's how they were. Granted, they were like, very attractive people in their 40s, maybe 30s at that point. I don't know how old Margot Robbie is. She's pretty young. But they're mentally, she's like 30 something.
36 maybe.
33.
Okay. 33. Okay. So, but yeah, they're like mentally like kids, like sponges. So, they're both like asking questions like about deaths and other problems like that. They, somebody who's, happy all the time doesn't think about, so I don't know. I thought that was a good thing, and role models is especially today is a very, very important thing with young males, so it's something I think about a lot.
I think role models matters for everybody.
It
and especially young females, because not the world doesn't revolve around them. So I mean, it depends on what you're looking at, but I'm thinking it really matters for young females too, because they have to have someone they're looking up to. And that was kind of the whole point of the Barbie movie, and why Sasha was so very, turned off by Barbie.
Yeah.
And turned off by it, because they didn't have the role model, and it was not the same thing. So I think role models, period, are very important.
Yeah. 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 That is very, very true. Where it randomly became a car commercial, but it was a short scene.
I was like when she was driving and the cars went
that was
right back
landed. I was like how the car was so small and she was like so big in it. Like I thought that was very much like this toy. Yeah.
And the kid was able to hide all that time. I was like, what?
No, where you said Sasha was definitely right. Oh, we did that one. We said that one too. One guy behind me busts up laughing. Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to compete with Brad Style with the flavors. There you go. Trackers are saying Barbie Monday domestically is 27 to 30 million, which is insane on a Monday.
On a Monday.
It's also summer break still, so I get it.
Summer break for all these movies.
It is. That's true.
It was summer break for the Flash. I bet you love to have 27 to 30 million dollars in the second week on any day.
I was gonna say even on a Friday or Saturday. Yeah, it is. I mean, even I heard today that there's a lot of theaters that were still sold out for the movie today on a Monday. So yeah.
How about that?
Yep. There you go. Barbie originally was doing bad in China, but it ended up having a great word of mouth because men were giving it 1 star and women got curious about it and watched it. They love the feminist message. I mean, yeah. Again, like for me, like I said, like it was a good movie. I don't think the feminist, it was there. It's a Barbie. You can't talk feminist without Barbie. I mean, when it was first created, people lost their damn minds because they thought it was like a feminist doll and this and that. But like if your male ego is so fragile that you can't like go see a Barbie movie and then get something from it too, it's like there's some problems, and that's why I said like there's a lot of role model issues for men right now in the world, in the real world.
Yeah, but it's just the same thing for women. I'm telling you, because you're seeing it from a male's point of view, but if you're seeing it for women, they're like,
I totally agree.
Women have no idea, who to look at. And do I, do I be a housewife? Is being a housewife wrong? It's working, and ignoring my kids wrong. It's like I'm telling you, role models is a huge thing. You're seeing it because we're males from that point of view, but I'm telling you, it's real tough for female, and because it's not a world that's designed for them.
Yeah.
Either.
The only difference I would say is women don't have almost any role models. I'm sure if you look at it, there might be, a few good ones, where I think men have too many bad ones. I think that's the difference.
I also having girls, I think they have too many bad ones too.
There is, but none of them are, in the news every day. I don't want to say his name, but
yes, they are. It's just they're not president.
No, I'll after this, I'll tell you who it is. I don't know. Give me a Ken Enough hoodie. I want it. I'll rock that. I think Barbie's winning.
Wear it.
Yeah, okay. I said I think Barbie's winning best production for the Oscars. Set very much like old Hollywood, which the voters will love. Yeah. Production design. Yeah. Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible got destroyed. It made what, 20 million? I think.
Yeah.
This week, the weekend, which is crazy.
But, because they took all the theaters away.
Yeah. It took all of them. Every IMAX went to Oppenheimer, and almost every other theater that wasn't IMAX went to Barbie.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with Mission Impossible. It had everything to do with the movies that were, taking them apart.
There you go. Paramount did the same for Dungeons and Dragons. Yep.
Exactly. They need to figure out better time release dates.
Yep. 19 below Sound of Freedom. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I mean, we'll see what's going next week. How it is. I don't see this train ending anytime soon.
Me neither.
Yeah. This is it. So here's one last question: is it going to break $1 billion?
The question is it going to break $1 billion this month?
This month? It was like 2 weekends.
Like that's the question. Is it going to break $1 billion? We're going to be here next Monday. It's going to be at $520 million. Week 2, yes, it's going to break $1 billion, and it's going to do it easily.
Oh yeah.
The world numbers are crazy. So imagine what's going to happen.
Yeah. Cool. But I think that's it for the Barbie part of the Barbenheimer. Pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, I think that's it. Unless you guys got one last thing. I think you guys said you were good, right? Yeah, it's time to move on. Cool. So appreciate you guys. If you're watching us on replay, thank you for checking us out. Let us know in the comments what you think of Barbie. You hate it? Did you like it? Are you somewhere in between? Leave a comment. Let us know where you were at during Barbenheimer. So leave a comment, and then also hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We are live every Monday and Thursday doing movie reviews, trailer reactions, and TV shows. But if you're watching live, stick around because we are going to move on to our next topic. All right. Flip it that way. There you go. Cool. You just want to jump right into Oppenheimer? Right.
Yeah, because I want to go to sleep soon.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do it. Hit it one more time. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about the Oppenheimer part of the Barbenheimer weekend. So, Brian, you got a quick rundown of what Oppenheimer is?
Definitely. Let's go. During World War II, Lieutenant General Leslie Groves Jr. appoints physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer to work on the top secret Manhattan Project. Oppenheimer and a team of scientists spend years developing and designing an atomic bomb. Their work comes to fruition July 16, 1945, as they witness the world's first nuclear explosion, forever changing the course of history.
So, real world event. So I think we all know how this ends. We learned that in elementary school, high school. So, cool. So we'll get into some of the bad stuff, give it our ratings at the end. But before we do that, we're gonna start off with some of the good stuff. What you like about this one, Brandon?
The acting was probably my favorite thing about this. I don't think there was one bad performance in this movie. I really liked that the way that I liked how the narrative wise how the story was told. How with the time jumps, kind of like forward and backward through the decades. I thought that was a pretty good idea. Kind of expected that because kind of telling stories from time to time in a non-linear fashion is very much Nolan's style,
Mm-hmm.
or one of his trademarks. I thought that pacing wise, tone wise, I thought that it was like it really grabbed me like from the beginning. And if Robert Downey Jr. doesn't at least get like an Oscar nod for Best Supporting Actor, I'm going to be upset. Him and Cillian Murphy, like I said, obviously everyone was great. It was nice to see Josh Hartnett in this too. That dude's making a little bit of like a career resurgence, so I'm here for that. I liked him in the movie too. But yeah, as far as the pacing, the acting, and just from a technical standpoint, the cinematography, which Nolan always brings it, with that there was a lot of great stuff to be had with this.
Yeah. What you got, Brian? Some good stuff.
Cillian Murphy. That should be it. He literally, you should say his name and then wait some seconds, some spaces, understand how good of a job he did. He didn't just he carried this movie on his back, like, and with great actors and actresses. I mean, Florence Pugh, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt. We're talking about. I mean, just Jack Quaid was in it. Rami Malek was in it. I mean, all these people were in this movie. Like, I could go on and on and on and on and on. And he was the star of stars, and he gave you so much emotion in his eyes without saying a word. You can see both the terror and the craziness that was going through and the decision making he was going through. Like, you saw so much just in his eyes. It was crazy. And you know what? Honestly, it also told me that they were not good guys. These are not good people. None of them. Not a single person in this damn movie is a good person. Closest one was Matt Damon, and he wasn't that. He wasn't a good guy either. None of them. And I think that was pretty evident too. And technically, they were so well done. And I love the idea that the hydrogen bomb and talking about how much more explosive it was. And for a movie to have not one action scene hold your attention that well, this has to be perfect. I mean, literally, Nolan shot the perfect movie. He shot it perfectly. It reminded me so much of Interstellar, the way the movie went through. But just Nolan, you did a wonderful job to carry a movie that we knew it was going to happen. No action, not one punch thrown, and kept us enthralled for 3 hours. So, congratulations. That was great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with both of you guys with everything you guys said. I got to go back to Robert Downey Jr. though. Like, you already talked about Cillian Murphy, which is he was phenomenal. Robert Downey Jr. was amazing in this role. He was amazing. And it really kind of came out of nowhere. You're like, okay, he's kind of a side character, and then at the end, when everything is like going down, you're like, I thought this movie was over, and then you're still pulled into it and like wanting more. You're like, holy crap, like what's going on? No, because
I know exactly what you mean.
The main thing happens, the thing happens, and then I'm like, is this the end of the movie? And then there's still like going on, and then that's like the climax of the movie wasn't the bomb being dropped. The climax is the fallout of everything after that. So it was like, and with Robert Downey Jr. as like the main part of that part of the movie, so oh man, and then because it ties in everything, like Brandon said, like with going back in time into different parts, like him telling the story, but then they're in the room, the interview room, and then the court, Congress, whatever it was all going on. So it was like, but it was done so perfectly where you're able to like flow between different timelines and know exactly what's going on at all times. And it was just like, because that could have been easily confusing. Yeah, that could have been
That's all
easily
Nolan.
confusing, and he did it perfectly. Yeah, because it was like 4 or 5 different timelines that they kept jumping in and out of.
Yeah, there were a few.
Yeah. So, but Rick, we got Preston in here. What's up, Preston?
What's going on, Preston?
But yeah, I mean, all the actors, man. You had a lot of the old Nolan people in there.
Yeah, like the Nolan alums.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, of course.
Gary
He was in there
Oldman,
somewhere.
yeah.
Casey Affleck, he was in there somewhere. Matt Damon somewhere.
Wait,
in there.
Casey Affleck was a badass.
Very short. He was really awesome. He,
was
had
like,
a really good scene.
Brief screen time that he had.
Russian.
Posh,
Don't fuck
Bush.
with him.
Yeah.
Boris Posh, you don't fuck with him.
Yeah, even Gary Oldman as Truman was. Even that whole scene, that characters that had a little team. Yeah. Even little teeny scenes that were in there were great. Were just done so great. Florence Pugh was interesting. She didn't get a lot of time, but she was a good character. But all around, man, Emily Blunt.
I enjoyed
great.
that part. I enjoyed Florence Pugh.
Oh man, yeah. But yeah. I think it's about it for the good stuff. I mean, we can probably go on so much about the good stuff. But what about some of the bad stuff, Brandon? What didn't you like?
I think as the movie kind of got closer to the finish line, like the last 30, 35, 40 minutes, it kind of started to drag. I knew it was going to be a long Nolan movie anyway, but at that point, as we got closer to the end, I kind of started to feel like it was kind of overstaying its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And, we just didn't, it could have been like, it could have been a little shorter in that regard, or Nolan could have done more with that last 35, 40 minutes. But yeah, it just really started to drag. I'd say that was really it. Other than that, it was, like I said, probably my second favorite Nolan movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really it. Just the runtime just kind of started to drag near the end for me.
Okay. What you got, Brian?
I have to agree with you. I think it was just too long of a movie. It was too long. A lot of stuff was going on. I enjoyed the backstory in the second half, but there are parts in the middle that I just was like, all right, I don't give a fuck right now. You're telling me the same story over and over again. Let's kind of get this going. Let's go. And he was trying to tell you how long it was, how long they were there, but come on. After a while, I was done. I was like, okay, you need to start moving on. Even no matter how beautiful or how important you think this is, you got to kind of figure out a way to kind of merge both parts of that. I think it was just too long. But I enjoyed all the parts of the story that they were telling, though. Still, the Senate aide, I loved them. I love the aide. Like he was probably the best one of everybody. And other bad parts. Once again, I say every one of these people were bad. They had terrible intentions. They had terrible. I mean, pushing the envelope just for the sake of pushing the envelope, knowing what people are going to do with it, is just the wrong thing to do. It's the wrong message, and I just hated seeing people doing these things just because they wanted to have either their power or the prestige, or I want to be known as the best. And they're doing it not realizing what they're going to cause to the world. And it's like, oh, the world has to pay for it. Slim to none. Might happen. Whatever. And that's how little people matter to them. And that's the best person. The best person, Oppenheimer. It didn't matter to them. People don't matter to them. They didn't even think about anyone else. So, that's so. And in revisionist history, like, oh, I wish we didn't do this. Well, too bad you did it. So, like, my bad is really just the actual story. They are terrible people.
Yeah. So it was a little too long, but my problem wasn't the end of the movie. It was the beginning and the middle. Was like Brian said, it just dragged. Because like once the Trinity test, like once they started doing the Trinity test, I'm like, oh, it's getting really good. And then for me, that's where it kind of built up, but it took a while to get it even there. But yeah, like exactly what Preston. Yeah, I agree with him. He fell asleep the first 20 minutes, which I don't blame you, man. That first 20 minutes was kind of really slow. It was super slow. Yeah, the guy might see here after the explosion, but it was good. It was a good movie, so yeah, so my problem isn't the end of the movie. The problem is the beginning of the movie. You could have condensed that first like 45 minutes down to like 20 at least. It was, yeah. I mean, I didn't need to know the story of you poisoning your professor with the apple thing. I think if you know Oppenheimer, that's kind of a big story everyone knows already. It's not, and it didn't do anything to the story. You didn't even remember the apple at the end. You're like, like you could have skipped all that and just had him go right into the military, testing and Manhattan Project and stuff. So yeah, but and then like kind of going off what Brian said was you said like the carelessness and kind of the revisionist history where you're like oh, maybe we should not have done it. It's like, yeah, but you did. And instead of dealing with after the bomb was dropped, dealing with the aftermath of that, they dealt with like, oh, he's a communist. It was like, what? Like, does that really matter? There's faces being melted on the other side of the world, and you care about
nothing to do with the communist thing. It had everything to do with the hydrogen
Strauss
bomb that he didn't want to. Didn't want to push.
Yeah, which is that. But that's what I liked was like that was like. It was a man taking advantage of the situation so he can get power, which is again bad people doing bad stuff, claiming that they're good guys. That's why I like the ending was so great for me. Because after the bomb, I was just like so intrigued. I'm like what is going on? This is crazy. It's like there you guys literally like destroyed generations, and then all you care about is a cabinet seat and like, are you a communist? It was like. You like it's insane, and just how careless they were about it, even the way Truman was like, I don't know how true that was, if like he was so careless about it afterward like that. I don't know. I mean, it could have been done just for movie purposes, but he was like Truman. They made like very, very like
very nonchalant about it.
Yeah, just like yeah, it happened, whatever, move on. I was like, what? So yeah, those are some of the bad parts, but not horrible bad, except for the length of this movie. They could have definitely cut that beginning part a lot.
I think they could, even the middle, no, even the end part. I have to say, no, even the end part. Some of the stuff was taking too long, and as much as I know what was happening, it was taking too long to happen in the end. And I don't know if it was the end because
you were already tired
at 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore, or was it that because I wanted to know what was going on in the story. I just wanted to hurry up and tell me. And I kept looking at my watch. I was like, all right, we still have an hour.
Yeah.
How am I going to get another hour out of all this stuff? And I think it didn't have to be an hour. It could have been 45 minutes. But cutting 15 minutes from a story is not going to fix this movie. If it wasn't going to be
a half an hour,
if it wasn't going to be 30 minutes, then you might as well tell the whole thing.
Yeah. Which they could have cut at 30 minutes. They probably could have cut. Yeah, 30 minutes. I think you can probably cut if you could push it.
They were sitting in that town for an hour and 15 minutes. They could have cut 30 minutes out of that. We would have been fine. They could they keep the stuff at the beginning. They keep the stuff at the end. Let them be in the town. Not like, look, we were there for 3 more months. Or we were there for 6 more months, and then skip some of that.
Yeah. You could do what Marvel did. 5 years later. So and you get it. You're like, okay, we're 5 years old because they were there 3 years,
3 or 4 years, yeah,
something like that. So yeah, you could have easily done that, but that's why I was like, I feel like the ending was not hated. The ending was rushed, but I liked how it was rushed on purpose because it was just a lot of information all happening at once. And then once Strauss realizes what's going on, it's just like, you're like, wow. But like you said, like the last 45 minutes of the movie was great, but it was just, you were so, your butt was numb from sitting in the seat for already, 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, yeah. So that was an issue I had with it. You know, usually the ending you're like that don't need to be there, but really it's the beginning and a lot of the middle didn't have to be there.
Well, I think the beginning does. I disagree with you with the whole beginning. The Apple thing actually matters because they understand his frame of mind and understanding how important it was for him to not practice physics, but to actually be just the thought process behind the theory. So understanding that was very important to him in the story and with anything with Albert Einstein. So I thought that was important, but it didn't have to go as long. You could have done it quicker. Like I wanted all the things you give me, just didn't have to take forever to get there. It was like he took a walk around the park every time he wanted to tell a story. Well, how about let's get to the straight line? Let me know exactly what's going on. Give me the straight line there. Give me the straight line and you know at the city. Okay, we know 5 years. All right, done. Straight line. Let's go. Let's start getting this stuff. You know.
Yeah, and then the kids are older. You know, people are older. People were fed up with it. Yeah, you would have figured out. They were there for a while.
Yeah.
So a few things. We're getting some comments before we get into ratings. They showed 2 versions of Jean's death. One is a suicide, and one with Black Love killing her. Really?
So that was the CIA. So I caught that, and it wasn't that Jane. He was like Jane wouldn't have killed herself, and then he said maybe she killed herself because I wasn't there. But the truth is like the CIA killed her because she was interrupting with what he was trying to get done. And he was leaving the city to go talk to her and be with her.
Yeah,
and that CIA came in. You know what the CIA does?
Yeah. See, yeah. Because they show the version, I just figured like it was somebody telling their version of it, and they did that a lot, where like he would see things and then kind of be pulled back to reality. So there was a lot of that going on too. But yeah, the reference to the conspiracy theory that she was killed.
You got to think about it's just a prelude to the '60s, man, when they killed everybody.
And they made a joke about that. In it, where one of the guys is like quit, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll kill him." And it was like, "What?" It was like, "That's not too far off."
Yeah.
So yeah, she signed all her letters except for that one. So
exactly. Yep. CIA. That's what they do.
Yeah. Oh, the guy next to you fell asleep and slept until the end. Whoa. I mean, there's some good parts.
That sounds.
yeah. And then exactly what it's like. I love that the sound you kept hearing during the first half that was ominous ended up being the audience celebrating with all those deaths. Yes. Where it was like, it's a train. I'm like, what is this sound that he hears, and he keeps getting louder and louder, where it's kind of deafening and you can't hear other people talk, and then he gets pulled back into reality. Yeah, that was kind of cool. The one scene with Oppenheimer and Emily Blunt's character in the hotel, to me, was kind of uncalled for. To remember, I don't know.
I mean, I think I understand. And it's just trying to show you again that Oppenheimer is not a great guy.
Yeah.
There was no hero here. It's not
that's the thing. Yeah. And then he said Oppenheimer being a leftist was definitely important. A lot of his problems came from that. Yeah. You know, and it was even more than a leftist. He was being accused of being a communist. So it's like,
but communist back then it's like calling a socialist. It's socialism.
Yeah, it's very different back then, especially with Russia. And that's what he was trying to say. He goes, "Who gives a shit about Russia? Like, Germany is happening right now. Like, we need to worry about that." But everyone's like, "What about Russia?" He's like, "F Russia." You know, it's like they're killing Jewish people in Germany. You know, so I get what he was trying to do, but also like, you know, the bigger heads cared about other things, and you care about one thing, and
no, they just used it as an excuse, like they use for anything else. It was just an excuse.
Yep.
But Emily Blunt at the end during the little not trial, and she was badass.
She pretty much saved his life.
Yep. And
Yeah.
he repaid her by cheating on her.
Friggin' dog.
Yeah, he wasn't that a good guy. Oh. Yeah. All right, let's get into our ratings. So we do things nice and easy over here at Spoiler Kings. Now, later, never. Now means you need to go check it out right now before anything gets spoiled, or you got to see it on the big screen. Later means you can wait till it's at home, and never means just skip it. It's not worth your money. Brandon, what you giving Oppenheimer?
Oh, this is very much a now. You know, like I said, apart from like it dragging near the end, everything else I thought worked brilliantly. Like I said, Cillian Murphy was amazing. Robert Downey Jr. was great. I think he needs like a Best Supporting Actor nod at least. The cast all around, just the way that the story unfolded, I thought was great as well. So yeah, this would definitely be a now for me.
Yeah. Okay, Brian, what you got?
I mean, you said it's just so stacked. The cast was amazing. Matt Damon was amazing. Robert Downey Jr. was amazing. Emily Blunt was amazing. All these great actors, and Cillian Murphy was able to once again lead another great movie. And Nolan did his Nolan thing. And as we talk about, he's only made 12 movies, and of the 12, 9 of them are probably in my top 30. So I'm just saying, the dude is amazing. He knows how to do it. It's a no-brainer now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it might be a now, but the difference is this is a now, but I don't think I'm going to see it again. I don't know. The rewatch value is not something that's going to happen. And some of it's the length, and some is just the story. Some of it's just the subject matter.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at the cast. There's a Skarsgård in here too. Of course there is.
Oh,
they're in everything.
Yeah.
Gustav Skarsgård. So, but yeah, I'm giving this a now. It was. I remember us talking about it and how we're like, oh, this might be one I really don't want to see because it's going to be depressing and stuff like that. I mean, we were right with being depressing and not walking out happy, but it looked so gorgeous on the big screen when they finally did the bomb test, the Trinity test explosion, and the way that was shot, the way everything was shot, the way the story was told was great. The acting was great. And it was just everything added up with how great this movie was at the end, and it wasn't a happy story. It wasn't a happy ending by any means, but it was a very, very important, I think, story to tell and to see. And I wish they would have focused more on the bad a little bit more so you can fully understand what happened. But I get it's also a movie about Oppenheimer, so you have to deal with all that extra stuff that happened after the bomb was dropped. But it was an intense movie for sure, and it was great. And go see it on IMAX. That's probably the only reason I would say watch it now is you have to see it on IMAX. It was made to see it on IMAX, especially if you're by a theater that does that 70 millimeter IMAX, which is there's only a handful or something like that in the country. It's surprising there's not one in Chicago. You got to see it that way. I would have loved to see this on the way it was supposed to be meant to be seen. But yeah, it was great. I don't know if I would want to see this again. Maybe at home if my girlfriend wants to see it, which she doesn't. But if she ever were to, I'm like, all right, we can watch it again at home. But yeah, I don't think
I'll start it. I'll probably walk away. I'll just come back for the Florence Pugh. I'm like, oh, okay, that'll be it.
Like, tell me when it's minute 39 and 45. You gotta sync up your timers.
It's like, all right, and let's go.
Yeah. So a few last things. I mean, for Florence Pugh, we said the one scene where Oppenheimer and Emily, and Florence Pugh's character walked through the hotel. Yeah. Yes, that makes sense because I was like, wait, what part was that?
Yeah, I mean, I was fine with hers half, but the Cillian Murphy part, I was like, I could do without this.
Yeah, so this was kind of crazy. The one guy saying not to bomb Kyoto because he had a vacation. It was
his honeymoon here, so it can't be Kyoto.
It's just a thing on a paper for them. That's all it was, and it's just inhumane, and sad. In certain countries, they censored Jean's nude scenes, giving her a CGI black dress. Yes, India, I know, was one, and I think China, where they she's sitting on a chair, both of them actually are fully naked, But yeah, they CGI like a small black dress on her. So it was like they did the black sensor bar, but shaped it, so it looked not so bad. But yeah, and then so we're gonna finish things off here with Rotten Tomatoes. Again, the audience and the tomato meter are exactly the same. 2 movies again. Both are at 94. 340 critics and 2,500 verified audience rating. 94%. It was exactly 3 hours. I was like, damn, I didn't know it was exactly 3 hours. But yeah, I agree with that. 94 is pretty damn good. Yeah. Is Oppenheimer number 1 or no? Because I know, but because for me, no. So I'm saying no.
Is it number 1 for Nolan? No. Is it number 1 this week? No. Is it my favorite of the 2 movies? You have to wait to see.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But 3 hours and 9 seconds. Get that right. That last little credit scene. But cool. Unless you guys got anything else, end it.
I like they clone Tyrone more.
The Clone Tyrone was great.
Yeah.
I'd say that's about it on my end.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. So if you're watching on replay, appreciate you clicking the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you can join us live, like all the people in our chat were with us. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you find any videos you'd like and you want other people to see, please hit that share button. We appreciate it. But thank you for everyone in chat and live. If you're watching live, we're gonna finish things up. So make sure you guys stick around. Cool. All right. Yeah. You guys wanna? I know Brandon said he wanted to.
Yeah. As much as I want to talk about they clone Tyrone, because
no, I figured that was gonna be a Thursday thing anyway.
It was good. How?
I want to talk about it.
How? Secret Invasion is the finale.
Yeah, but we're not gonna talk like 2 hours about it.
I bet we do. Watch.
He's gonna make sure we do.
Dude, they clone Tyrone was so good.
It was,
yeah. It was so good.
It was
so smart. And then the end, oh man,
John
Boyega trying to be from LA was
yeah. So, well, I mean, I think we can talk about that one because that's the only show we're talking about, right? Yeah. There's nothing else we're talking about.
I hope so, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll definitely do They Clone Tyrone. I'm down for that. We could do those 2 and a few other trailers. But okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's already late. I was hoping to talk about like which one we like better of the 2, but it's not that big of a deal.
I kind of want to. I want to know which ones you guys like better. I do want to know.
Between Oppenheimer and Barbie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd say Barbie, just because I always knew I knew from the beginning that that Nolan was just going to absolutely crush Oppenheimer, and he delivered, just like he always does. I was really surprised by Barbie. Like, it had no business being that good. So I'd say between the 2, I preferred I liked Barbie more.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh man, I don't know, man, because like Oppenheimer really made you feel like not good, like damn, and but yeah, Barbie was a lot of fun. It was really good. I probably gotta say Barbie, just I didn't like same thing with Brandon. I didn't expect it to be that entertaining. Like Nolan with a real story, a real sad, depressing story, I know was going to be good on some level for sure. I'm sure it was going to look great, and also have like a decent story, and it did both amazingly. But Barbie was kind of like the steal for me because I was like, where did this come from? So I'll give it to Barbie. What about you?
So I think Oppenheimer is a much better movie. It was made better. It's a better movie. I enjoyed Barbie more. I said, you know, for enjoyment purposes, I could see myself going to see Barbie again. I'm not going to see Oppenheimer again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also you went with your entire family to see Barbie, and you went by yourself.
Yep, I was sitting there by myself, like in a packed movie theater, with not one seat not taken. But you know, I can enjoy Barbie for what it was. Oppenheimer, I just don't think I can enjoy watching that again. I know what it is now. That it is what it is. It was a great movie. They wrote well, but I'm going to enjoy watching Barbie again. Yeah. I'll get Barbie on 4K.
That's a 4K.
I might buy Oppenheimer, but I'm never gonna watch the whole movie. It'll just be like, hey, look at this on my TV, just to show someone how it looks on the TV. That's it.
Yeah, I same. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy Oppenheimer on Blu-ray. It is, yeah, but also, like you said, it's a better film. Oppenheimer's gonna win a bunch of awards.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be nominated for a ton. Barbie might get a few, but Oppenheimer's gonna get like freaking 10. You know, it's gonna be nominated for like 10, 12 categories.
Yeah,
you know, like all the big ones. So, yeah, definitely better shot movie, more entertaining movie. You know, so that one is more where your feelings come in instead of your critical hat. But cool. Yeah, I think we're there. Orgy said I like Barbie slightly more because of Oppenheimer's runtime. I really liked both films. Yeah, both are great. Yeah, Nolan's definitely a front runner for best director. Yeah. I maybe when Dune comes out, you can maybe say Villanova, but it's Nolan. Exactly. You know, and I want Robert Downey Jr. deserves the Oscar. I'm sorry, Ryan Gosling was great. He should get nominated. RDJ, Robert, he should win it. That was amazing.
If Dune comes out, I think Dune's gonna have a lot to say about that.
For supporting actors, though,
I could tell you exactly who it's gonna be too.
Thanos, what's his name?
What's his name?
Josh Brolin.
No, what's his name from Elvis?
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Austin Butler, because who won when Dune came out the original time? Didn't Sting win then?
No, somebody said he didn't. I never looked it up, so I'm not sure.
I think that he would give it a run for his money. Austin Butler would give him a run for his money.
That is true. If Oppenheimer was a little bit shorter, it would have been better, like 2.5 or 2.5 hours. I would have been okay with 2.5 hours. They could have easily cut 30 minutes. Martin Scorsese, that's another going to be a big one.
Ooh, yeah,
that's going to be it's going to be almost very similar vibes as Oppenheimer. Very depressing. You're going to feel like shit. Like you're like, this is history. You know, so it's not like a made up story. So, but cool. I gotta go. Yeah, we are gonna go too. Yeah, we're all tired. It is midnight over here by us. But cool. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. You know, sticking around.
We gotta get the video out this week.
We are gonna do the video for second place and first place grand prize for our big giveaway video for the 1,000 subscriber. So we appreciate all you guys. Not just subscribing, also hanging out with us in chat and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys. But yeah, we'll do that soon, and then we'll do the giveaway soon. So keep an eye out for the giveaway video. But cool. Anything else for you guys? I'm ready to call it.
I'm Knuff.
I want that. We need those shirts. But
I've been looking for it all week. Weekend.
Yeah, we need somebody to make it.
Ashley could do it. She was always telling me like, I'll get you guys sweatshirts. I was like, all three of us matching sweatshirts. I'm Knuff.
I'm down. Go C2E2 like that.
Yep, exactly.
I'm in.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We appreciate everyone. Thank you guys for joining us live. Appreciate everyone. Yeah, we live in Illinois.
Yeah.
Chicago area, Chicago-ish area. Yeah, I didn't know you lived in Illinois. Check that out. But cool. Appreciate it. Let's get out of here. We are tired. Thank you guys. We will see you guys on Thursday talking Secret Invasion. Bum, bum, bum.
Yes.
Later. Later.
See ya.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.